Oh, we're live?
We are live.
Add more arsenic next time. Damn, I didn't kill it yet. So what do you think? More arsenic next time or more depleted uranium? Well, to the Parrot Adventures with KCAORW.
And Crazy Uncle Bob.
And the one, the only, the awesome Casey Moore. Say hello, Casey.
Hello.
No, you're supposed to say hello, Casey.
Lovely night for a Guinness.
Lovely night for a Guinness.
Oh, Guinness, okay. So you said lovely night for a dentist.
Oh.
$148, 4 more miles. So which episode of Paragliding Adventures are we on? Number 744?
17 at this point. So I was just looking at it to make sure I had it right.
17. That's a good start.
Yeah, it's taking time to get it going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely need to ask my boss for time off so I can do the endless foot drag. I'd like to do the Dave Purden thing too, but no.
You can't make the.
I already took off for one fly-in. I'm going to be lucky to get off for a second one. And let's face it, I work for a trucking company, not a tourist agency.
There's
Hello,
Sean. Hello.
How's everybody tonight?
We're doing good.
Same as always. How about you, John?
Man, if I was any better, it would be a crime. I'm here to tell you.
Ah, okay.
I wouldn't lie to you guys. I'm trying to pull up my YouTube app so I can see anybody who chats.
You know, we started. We're supposed to start at 6. You know that, right?
6 Eastern time.
Your time. Like
really?
An hour
2
ago.
hours?
Wait, you're in Central?
Yeah.
I thought you were in Mountain.
No, just Central. So I'm an hour late for the show, huh? I didn't even get a
we've been
notification
waiting
the
for
show
you.
was live. There it is. Now I found it. I'm sorry, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you.
Let me pause the chat or the video. There. Now I can see the chat.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to split my screen here so I could see it, and I have a hard time with the computer tonight.
And there it is, 144. So, will I be able to find a hole here at the 144? Sorry, what was the question again?
Bit of news today. I asked if anybody had any big news that I missed lately.
There's a flying coming up.
Yeah, I know, you lucky dogs. I have a little bit of news. You remember that field where I hit the trees?
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine, his wife just inherited that field, her and her sister.
So you're gonna cut the trees down?
Well, the farmer that used to rent the hay for $750 a year from the guy that passed away, I made an offer for $1,000 a year to rent the field. My figure is I'll mow myself some tight area and some runway, and then I'll just either give away or resell the rest of the hay to the guy that used to hay it.
Oh, good. Plenty of parking here.
Look, all the cold water.
Oh. That's all right.
Yeah, I might cut that one stand of trees down just because I hate it. The one that's right, the island in the middle of the dang field that's full of trees.
And then how dare you reach up and swat me out of the sky? You evil, evil tree.
Yeah, I definitely make sure that tree gets cut down.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, after that crash, I've never been back to that field, right? And I went out there last night to look at it, and my fishing pole with my windsock is still up in the middle of that field. Them guys hate around that sucker. I never went back since that day I crashed.
It's been over a year.
I know, and they left it up. It was still there. The ribbons were about gone, but the pole was still there.
Let's try the shell. Looked like I was parking, but turned out I wasn't. Damn it.
Somebody just spotted a mountain lion in that field this morning. That's all right. I'll share the
Got a
sky
good
with the
thing or a
mountain
bad
lion.
thing?
No, they don't bother me. I'll give them a high five when I see them.
Oh, for leaving it up?
Oh, it's a mountain lion?
No, somebody spotted a mountain lion in that field this morning. They texted me about it. That same field.
Oh, okay.
Just what you want to go fly in.
Yeah. By the time a guy gets back over there, he'll be long gone. Those things
Yeah,
travel
yeah.
constantly.
Much better.
I'd be a little afraid of having one of those things around me.
Yeah. Could be interesting.
There's
So you
certain
guys,
things.
next weekend is your big fly-in, I hear, huh?
I'm leaving on Wednesday to head down.
How come Casper never comes on? Yep, and that's right, Casper. I'm gonna get me a chainsaw. I'll teach it payback. I'll burn that sucker for heat this winter. Mm-hmm. Cool beans.
Okay.
Crazy Uncle Bob driving his life away.
Prefer more meat. Just Ooh,
He's got-
I'm driving my life away. Looking for a sunny day. Oh, me.
If he makes it down to EFD with his motor, he might become crazier, Uncle Bob, when we get him in the air.
There you go. Shoot, I was digging around today. I found another wing bag I didn't even know I owned. A little one.
Okay.
Nice little AFCO bag I found.
And of course, this lot would have to be slanted the wrong damn way. You know what that
Not too
means?
bad.
I gotta throw my pillow to the other end of the damn bunk. I don't wanna.
That'd be perfect for your seed, that little guy, Nick. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
Small. Yep.
That's what I gotta find here. I gotta get a bag pack because it's folding. It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I like rosetting mine. I know Robert Michaels likes folding his too, but
I haven't folded my wing yet.
I'm just scared it'll make creases in it if I fold it nice every time.
That's where I'm at. I don't want to fold it. I like to throw it in the back of the truck. That's where it's been recently.
When I was down at training, everybody's like, "Well, aren't you scared you'll knot up your line?" I said, "No, I can untangle the third motor line in about 2 seconds every time. You just do it all the time."
Yeah, you do it enough. It becomes an easy thing. Actually becomes second nature for most of us to untangle lines.
I don't even think about it anymore. It just happens. It's rare.
I think about it. I don't like to have to do it, but you know, I've got to the point now. It's like they get tangled. They get tangled. It just happens.
Yeah.
I happen to own two wings that just love to become like snag bars on you. Like even when they're perfectly laid out, the uppers are always like somewhat tangled every freaking time. So
Yep.
I'm just
as long
used
as we're
to
all
it.
smart enough not to take any mallions off, we'll be fine.
I've done
You
that.
start pulling mallions, then you get in trouble.
I've taken them apart.
Look, where I am?
Ooh, that's scary.
That can't be right.
I'm gonna have to pause you guys just for a second. Somebody's here to see me.
Okay. Come on.
It's scary. Someone's there to see him. Wonder what they're bringing him.
Okay. Pickens, Mississippi. That's where I am. Oh, good Lord. Radar looks like downright nightmarish at the moment. Glad I'm shutting it down early. So it's what, 8 o'clock? So I got to get going at 6. Damn. Okay.
Try and get off the road before the real nasty stuff hits.
Yep.
Well, they have like 4 hurricanes coming up in the Gulf again, I hear. Two wasn't enough last time.
Again?
Now we're gonna have 4, I heard.
Oh, just what we need.
Wow.
Just a rumor. I don't know for sure, but I think they're a ways out yet.
This trip, safe to drive, next certified submit.
Well, hopefully they hold off till after this next fly-in because I don't need any bad weather.
Remark.
You're up in Ohio if
Right.
you're flying though, aren't you, Rick?
Go off
Yeah, but
duty.
you know where that stuff comes.
Yeah. We just had the remnants of that one that hit Louisiana come through here yesterday. It was just a little bit of rain, but enough to make everything wet.
Well, part of it went up our way and screwed us up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess 2 of them went through there, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I've been driving for the last 5 hours, so guess what I got to do?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Take a piss? Oh, we're not allowed to say that on YouTube, are we?
Very
Drink the lizard.
good. Yep. And since I'm going in anyway, I might as well go ahead and replace what I'm going to be offloading because I got no more drinks for tomorrow. Hopefully I'll find a good coffee.
Good
Make
coffee.
sure
you
you tell
find-
that lot lizard not to
Oh,
drink
you
that.
find those, right?
You picked up 3 bottles back there.
Find one of those coffee makers that,
Casey, are
that
you
grinds the
on
beans
Zello?
for you. Those are the good ones, Bob.
Yeah, that might be a good thing. Casey, are you on Zello?
What is it?
Zello?
I don't
Earth
think
to
so.
Casey. Earth to Casey.
No.
Casey Moore.
Zello is like a walkie-talkie
Get
app.
on Zello.
We can talk to each other when
And
we're flying and
ask
everything.
Nick to send you those pictures.
No, I'm not on there.
Well,
Yeah, you
get on
need to
there.
get it
You
on
should
your
be
phone
on
because
there.
you'll need it at a fly-in.
Okay.
That's how we communicate a lot of times.
It's a handy little app. It's called Zello.
Okay.
Zello.
And then we have 2 different channels. One is for just BS and all the time, and the other one's for when you're flying.
Okay.
And then there's the Dark
any
Truth,
of them
the
are
one that I'm
open for me
always
to ask
in.
dial with. Just saying. I you never know when that'll happen with me.
What, when you do something you're not supposed to on there?
I butt dial constantly.
Yeah. Kind of.
So do I. Matter of fact, if I weren't on this right now, I'd probably be butt dialing on Zello right now.
Yep.
Ooh, pizza. You know, those look pretty good.
You
I
had a
don't think
flying
I'll see
J?
them. No, I'm at a shell.
Really?
Pilot and Flying J cannot have my business. They have gone way the fuck out of their way to piss me off way the fuck too many times.
Hey, watch the language here, Bob.
Ah.
We're live.
Sorry. Hi, Howie.
I'm gonna have to make you hit that tip jar again.
Yeah. My apologies, but yeah.
Your buddy was on. I don't know if it was After Dark or Paramotor Nation last week. I can't remember which one. The guy that has the fly in the
Oh,
Purdon?
Burden. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get him on the week. I tried to get him on the week before, actually for 2 weeks in a row, and
He's been busy. I suppose
Yeah.
it's a lot of work to get ready. Yeah.
but it kind of got me. I tried to get him on the show multiple times, and then then he goes on
McCarvey.
Then he goes on Parameter Nation. It's like, really?
Yeah. I still haven't decided if I'm going to make EFD yet or not.
Well, maybe he knows David.
See what my finances tell me. I know I want to go. I just don't know if I'm going to make it yet.
You better make it down there.
I want to. I really do.
You're close enough to it. Come on.
Well, it starts on the 21st, and I got a race on the 20th. But yeah, I just got to see where my finances are. I'll let you know soon. I'll know.
Have all your equipment loaded, do the race, then come.
Yeah. What if I run out of gas on the way home? Or should I just bring the race car with me down there? That'd be fun.
No, that would be a bad idea.
The owner of the race car might not like it much. It'll be turbocharged, but
Yeah, you bring a race car to a foot drag would be a bad idea. Because I know it would happen.
You know I'd be doing burnouts on the runway. Large, smoky ones.
All that, or I'd be driving the car.
See how far I can carry the wheel. Yep. Get drunk,
And show you.
drive that sucker like a.
Oh, you'd learn how it really works if I got behind the wheel of it, because I have no fear.
Oh, I don't either. I'm mostly the mechanic on that car, but the few times I get to test drive it, I push it to its limits. And I was like, if it's gonna break, might as well break while I'm driving it. I told him.
There you go.
Yeah, if you're gonna break it.
The guy who's fixing it might as well be the one breaking it, right?
Uh-huh. The guy fixing it usually won't break it.
I do need to figure out how much boost to stick through it. It's gonna be a fresh engine, never been done. I mean, it's a used engine, just a junkyard 5.3.
What you do, you figure out how much boost it takes to blow the bottom end out through the oil pan, and then back it up about 2 pounds.
There you go. I'm doing it right though. I'm putting the turbo cam in it, and then I pulled all the pistons out yesterday and gapped them all 30 thousandths.
So you're doing a proper
I can
build.
smell those pizzas.
Yeah, proper, semi-proper for a junkyard. I mean, I'm not going full out with forged internals or anything like that. No.
Why not?
I'm giving it the best chance it can.
Hell,
Because we have a 6.0 we're building for that.
Jeez.
This is just a temporary motor. Just to play with until we get our 6.0 finished. But he wants me to make it last at least 2 races.
10
I'll
races?
probably only
That's
throw like
pushing
about
it.
maybe. I'll probably start with like 12 pounds of boost. Let him get a feel for what power feels like, and then I'll kick it up.
Oh yeah, he has no idea what power feels like, does he?
No, not real power. I think the most he's ever had was 400 at the tires before this.
Oh god.
I figured 12 pounds should be in the 600 range at the tires. Should be a good start.
A good start to scare
And
the
I'm putting
heck
the
out
boost
of him.
control on it, so I'll be able to crank it right to 30 whenever we're ready. Well, he's got big tires. He shouldn't have too much trouble. Them tires are about 3 foot wide in the back each. He'll have lots of grip.
What's the most power he's ever dealt with?
Should be interesting. I would guess 450 tops. He used to be a circle track, dirt track racer. He's used to that part. He's just not used to the drag racing.
And he's not even 30 years.
So it's gonna be bad on him.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
First time he feels real power and the car
We'll have
starts
to
to
wipe the
shake,
smile off
rattle,
his
and
Oh, he already complained about that last drag race I took him to with the small engine. It shook like a rubber goose the first run down the track. I told him, you got bias ply tires. You got to warm them up, man. You'll be fine. Just keep going, I said.
He had hook my fingers, but
Yeah, if he's never run anything that powerful, it's going to be an interesting feel for him, I think.
I mean, I'm excited. I figure 600, and if he likes it, I can crank it up some more because we get 4 test passes before we go to the final runs. Whatever this next race.
blood pressure.
Okay.
Because you got your 2 test and tune runs, then you have 2 time trials where you can set your bracket rate number. So
Oh,
well,
they give you
that has potential.
so they give you a couple runs like freebies, basically, to
yeah, you
see
get
what it's
2,
going
if
to
you get
feel
there
like.
early enough. You get 2 free test and tunes, and then you get 2 free timed runs where you set your bracket, and then you go down, then you start bracket racing after that, and it's single elimination. So actually, a slower car can technically win bracket racing.
Yeah, I got plenty of space on this side. Then I come over
About
here. Like, holy smokes. These parking spots are 2 trucks wide. What the hell?
That's for RVs with slide outs, I'll bet.
Pass out or whatever I do. But I just
Could be. What was that, Casey?
I didn't say anything.
Oh. Oops.
So you gonna make it to the Ohio flying there, Casey?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome. I'm expecting lots of videos because I won't be able to make that.
Won't be there.
Or trust me, there'll be lots of videos.
Good deal.
Put that there for now. Got drinkies for tomorrow.
I had my first class for today. Not one
Pizza for
student
tonight.
showed up.
Really?
What kind of class?
Yeah. I'm a heavy equipment instructor online, or I'm teaching online right now, and not one student showed up in my live meeting. Oh well.
Wow.
Maybe I didn't send them the information good enough or something. I'll try it again later.
How does that happen that no one shows up for it?
Either my email didn't go through properly or something. It's the very first day of classes today, so they don't know how to work their emails and their online stuff yet.
Okay.
Out there, I wasn't sure I was going to have a job. I only had 2 students, but sudden today, I have them.
Okay, takes this one. Go sit back there. And of course, it lands upside down.
You guys been doing any flying?
This one. Who, me?
Anybody?
What about you, Nick? Got any good flights in?
Not the past week and a half.
How about you, Casey? Get any good flights in?
No. Still trying to go
That's
up.
right, Casper. As long as I get paid.
I was moving all weekend. Get dumped.
Wait, you get paid for
I
this?
wanted to.
And I've been doing this for free? Come on, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, curtain closed.
Yeah, my weather's been crap lately too. I haven't been able to fly at all.
You got some good stuff.
30-some mile-an-hour wind yesterday.
Thursday. Yeah, it was knocked a tree down. House. Luckily, the power of the main road had it blocked off. Didn't knock out the power. Luckily.
It got really cold here too. I mean, it feels almost like fall. I mean, just chilly. 50 degrees in the morning.
Okay.
Oh well. I'll just put on some warmer clothes and fly anyway.
It's been getting cold.
Man, I'm smoking a lot today. I gotta slow down. Starting to
Haven't
look
tried-
like Dave Ruff with my hair here. What's going on? Yeah, I got a fix for that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Picked up another side job. If I did that done in a hurry, I might have enough money to go. Changing
What
a
do you-
transmission in a 99 Chevy truck.
Two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive?
4x4.
Ooh.
And he's buying the transmission from me besides and paying me to change it.
Cool.
Well, you might be able to get that done pretty quick then.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you want to get that done ASAP.
That's true. I should do it. It's in my yard right now waiting on me. Both trucks are sitting in my yard. So
Get it done before EFD.
yes, sir. But I got that turbo engine to build for my race car before EFD too. All the parts are supposed to come in tomorrow for the race car, or most of them.
Yeah, but how long does it take you to build a turbo race car?
Shouldn't take too long. I have some. Depends on if my welder shows up or not. That's going to help me do my aluminum welding and my. I got to cut one of my roll bars in the front. When they built the roll bar, it goes all the way to the front of the frame and then comes down. I don't have room to fit my big turbo under the hood right there, so I'm going to and make it shorter. So I got to do that, and I got to get my drain plug welded onto my oil pan. That's aluminum. And then I got to get my blow-off valve welded on, and then all my exhaust welded.
Oh,
Little stuff.
what happened?
So you reckon 3 mini pizzas would be enough?
Holy moly, are you hungry there, buddy?
It's breakfast. I mean, it's
Okay.
6 a.m.
He's doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at one truck stop.
Oh, that ain't bad then. Yeah. I used to do that when I lived in Florida by myself. I would stop at Pizza Hut on the way home from work and buy a pizza and just throw it right in the fridge and not even eat it till the next day. If I had the next day off. Love cold pizza.
Well, I like cold pizza, but I love hot pizza.
Really?
Yeah, it's better that way.
I like it.
I'm on the fence.
I
Depends on the what kind
I
of
like it
pizza
hot.
is.
Cool.
There he is. That's a nice background.
Yeah,
Well, hello there. I come.
trying to get it on the big TV. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. How do you get the big television on there?
Oh, turn your phone sideways.
YouTube channel.
Here, like this?
Yeah.
Oh, uh-oh. It's not flipping over. Hang on, sir. Why is it not flipping? Oh, I'm new at this. You can see that, right? Oh, crap.
Yeah, turn it sideways so JP doesn't yell at us because he hates that.
This way? And now oh, shit. I just took a crash there. It must have been a wind gust. It's not turning sideways. Oh, no.
An interesting looking machine you got there.
Dude, yeah. Help. I'm stuck. I lost all you guys, man. I can't. Holy crap. Oh, man. Oh, no. Whoa, there we go. Oh,
He's gonna face down the spiral, guys.
oh shit. I'm getting dizzy. I'm going to throw up. Oh, no. I don't know why I'm not getting it on the big YouTube screen on my television set. Uh-oh. Who's that?
There's a delay to go from Zoom to YouTube. It'll come up in a few minutes.
Will
It
it?
takes like there's like a minute delay before it goes up on YouTube.
Okay, I guess how do I, man? I'm on my iPhone, so I'm trying to figure out how to get it on the big screen. And usually you tap on it, it says go to Samsung, and you get it on the big screen.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you're on,
So,
I don't think Zoom will let you put. I don't think it'll let you put up. Or YouTube will go up there, but Zoom won't.
uh-oh.
So if you're running a smart TV, you can
Yeah.
point it to the channel, but you'll still see that delay because there's a big delay there.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Let me hit the smart TV button thing here. If it'll take it. Okay, there's YouTube. Yeah, hang on a second here. I'm trying to get it to work here. Mark and I went flying the other day.
I've never tried broadcasting Zoom before. I don't know if it works.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm here in my basement, and it's pretty cool that it got the that picture I took off of my photos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, that was fun. But we were out flying the other day. It's on Paraglider Pete on YouTube. We got Mark's really bright green light, and then we had a big lake dump when we landed. And wow, yeah, I had to go like almost full power. I got some sink. I thought I was going to end up in some trees. I'm like, well, I'm glad the engine kept running, you know. And then we landed. It was fine, but it was smooth up there. We saw this stuff coming on the radar app, you know. And it's like, it's going to be fine. It's 7:15, and sunset was at 7:28 or something like that in Chicago. It's like, oh crap, man, we got to get up, you know. So we got up. It was smooth, and by the time we came back, that lake dump came in just as we were landing, and all those guys over at Scott's place, he's teaching the guys. They're like, oh man, we felt this big breeze. It's like, yeah, we felt it because we kind of came in. It was getting dark and it hit us, you know. But we're
So you felt it, but you felt it in a different way than they did.
Yeah, we felt it. It's like, oh shit, you know. So I got it on the YouTube channel. I recorded it, and yeah, it's like 5 minutes long or something. That's pretty good. So you gotta check it out. If I get on this YouTube channel on this, trying to figure out how to do it on television here. Oh man, I don't know. This is kind of goofy. All right. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so how you guys doing? What's up? You guys been flying?
Not for a week or so now. Been getting ready for the fly-in here next week.
Yeah, I know. I can't make it. Unfortunately, I got to work on the 6th, so I don't have any time. I wish I could, you know. But yeah, maybe next time, or I don't know. You know, a lot of guys are canceling, like Kerners up here in Kankakee, because of that COVID crap, you know, and Governor Prickster. So there's shit. You know, we got so much crap going on here in Illinois.
That's the thing. This one's gonna be so big because everything has canceled. So
Yeah.
the one flying that's going on, I guarantee is gonna be off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I tell you, I wish it was like on an airport where I could just fly in with the 206. I could do that for a day, but drive way down there and then try to make it back to get to work on this, you know, the next day, it's going to be kind of hard. I can't do it. So,
well, if you could find an airport close, you could land there and it would pick you up.
Yeah, maybe I have to look at the weather and stuff, but it would have to be like just one day only, and you know, I'd have to head back the next day. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd love to join you guys. It'd be fun. Definitely would be cool. You know, looking forward to that. But,
Let me get to the EFD.
You don't want me around.
Yeah, that's the one. If I can make it, the one I'm going to try and make it EFD.
Yeah, that one's close for you.
wow.
And there's all those, you know, prizes there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John needs is a prize enough.
Yeah, but John needs a new motor. That truck he's flying's old.
I need a new wing.
Should we start a GoFundMe for John?
And it's for less. The store-wide Labor Day savings.
Try it.
What was that?
It might happen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Crap, man.
Stranger things have happened.
You never know. Too bad I don't deserve nothing that nice. I'm not that cool of a guy.
So you need to start.
You're cooler than I am. Yeah.
You can always start a YouTube show, John, and try to make some money that way.
True.
Oh, Luke doesn't have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel.
I am loading the YouTube on this the big screen TV. So how do I get to your guys' channel right now? If I said to click on YouTube.
KC8ORW.
All right, hold on.
What he said.
Yeah, wait. Oh man, this is kind of crappy. Ah, shit. Yeah, I don't know. This thing's kind of going goofy on me. The screen just went black.
Give it a second. They're slow.
Oh, now you got that guy bouncing up and down on a bed. Here, look at this. You see that?
What?
I see a big screen and I want to paint it black.
Yeah, video will play after ads. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's always ads.
Yeah, a bunch of crap. So now it's black.
Mhm.
Now it's loading something.
Yeah, I can't take that. I pay for the no ad YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I should do. I just I gotta figure out what to type in here.
I had to get mine monetized because people like Crazy Uncle Bob like to give donations from time to time.
Wow. Man, I'm getting weird stuff. World War II stuff. I don't know
I
why.
always watch the chat because I never know when Bob's going to drop a super chat.
And how are you?
And,
Good, how are you?
Linda.
What's up, guys? Stacy,
Mm,
Nick. What's up, guys?
Not a whole lot. We're just hanging out like always.
There you go. There you go. Everybody kind of doing their thing. Casey's eating Doritos. Sorry,
Doritos.
Cheeto Puffs are a lot better than Doritos. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I left him out in the car. I just bought them.
Cheeto Puff girl. I can never go back to Doritos ever.
why not? Doritos are good.
They're okay. My dog likes Puffs better.
I looked in my fridge today and all I had was some steak and some cheese. So I went out to my garden and I picked the rest of the fixes for a Philly cheesesteak and I made right out of the garden. It was good.
There you go.
I can see you doing that.
Right?
Oh yeah, right out of the garden. Beautiful, delicious. It was awesome.
Oh man. I guess
Mhm. All that is off this time.
Ugh.
So
If only I
we've
could
been
do a cow.
What's going on?
Oh, we're
Yes.
talking about the fly-in coming up here next weekend, right? Or this
Yep.
coming weekend?
Starts
We're
on
talking
Thursday when everybody starts
that
showing
would
up.
be, Dave Purden fly-in in Ohio, and then 2 weeks after that, I believe it is, where there will be Endless Foot Drag in Kansas. Should be both good ones. Walter's here. Walter,
Walter, he followed me here.
cool.
Guy Mike.
Followed me.
We have been visited by greatness.
Tell him to get his
Yeah.
butt in here. I
Yeah.
sent him the code earlier.
He's trying to get on, I think, huh?
Yeah, I got the iPhone on, but not the YouTube on the TV. I don't know why.
Because you're bored?
I'm trying to get all you guys up on the big screen so I can see y'all.
Crazy
now it's
Uncle Bob.
No, I don't see any of you guys. I just see myself.
Linda.
Oh,
This way- this technology is like
there. Now I see you guys. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This might work. Well, maybe not.
well,
More.
we can see you. We can see
Yeah, but I can't get it on the television set on my big screen, which I should. Well, let me see. Phone me, John. Nope. Oh, well, I don't know. Invite. Oh boy. Oh, now I messed up here. That figures, huh? Okay. Participate. More participants. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how you get it up there on a big screen. It won't do it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh well. If I turn it sideways.
you're good.
Yeah.
I can see you.
Yeah, wait, I gotta get some more backlighting here. Hang on a second here. I can do this.
That's always the trick, is having the proper backlighting for this.
There we go. Now it's backlight lit. And, oh, yeah, that's a little better. But I lost my little paraglider picture. Oh, well, it's okay. Anyway, copy streaming link, cancel. I don't know. Pretty cool. All this new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they still haven't found Kiwi yet.
There's Walter.
There you going,
Walter.
John,
I missed
Casey,
you, Walter.
Uncle Bob.
Crazy Uncle Bob's bandwidth is low.
Uncle Bob.
What about me?
Your bandwidth
Wait,
is
what?
low.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in a truck.
You're always in a truck.
You
You're always in a truck. Yes, John.
Yeah.
Oh, I said you're looking good.
Yeah, I'm feeling 100%.
Good deal.
Yeah, all the breathing episodes are starting to diminish. So that's good. Back to normal, I think.
Nice. So when you coming
Yeah.
over?
Oh, I'm leaving next week.
All right.
I win lotto this week, and then I'll.
Well, you're gonna have to wait for next week. I'm gonna win it this week.
Are you?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah, but see, I win Saturday night, which is before yours. So if there's anything left, you can have it, mate.
Alrighty.
I'm getting 20 mil. I don't know about you.
I don't even
But
know what it
if
is.
If I play on Wednesday, then you guys, sorry.
Darn it.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Well,
you don't
Linda,
even
when
fly
you-
yet, Linda.
When you win, Linda, just buy me a new paramotor and a new wing and a new kiting
Okay.
wing, and we'll leave it. I won't mind.
Okay, John, let me write that down with all my
Yeah.
other notes. Yes.
yeah, you got to buy 3 units. One for me,
Oh.
one for you, and one for John.
My list
Yeah,
is
but-
getting huge.
You remember though, John's very specific on the kiting wing. He only likes
Oh.
one so far.
Yep.
Oh,
The only one I've ever used, but I loved it.
And I want 2 wings because I'm a big person. So,
oh, okay.
all
We'll
right?
just give Walter my old wing, Linda. He'll be good enough.
What?
Oh, okay. All right.
Trust
so
me,
then
Walter. John's old wing would pick you up like no problem.
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
right?
my wing would probably fly Walter's unit behind him actually, or be close to it. He's pretty
Wow.
fast, but
Is that your trike wing you're talking about?
yeah, it's 30 meters, so it'd be close. It'd be close.
Yeah, it'll be close for me, not my machine.
Walter, if you go to backpack launching, you could take you and Linda up on his wing.
Hey, Linda, you coming for a ride, are you?
Oh yeah, I have a koala right there too.
Oh,
That might
do
put it
need-
overweight though.
I gotta fly with the koala.
I do need a smaller wing for kiting though, man. My wing, it just about kills me when I kite with it. It's so big.
oh
You're
yeah.
not
One little
supposed to
gust of wind,
kite
and I'm
things that big.
flying.
I got to get a
Yep.
DJI Mavic Pro so I can actually film that.
Yeah,
John,
the last-
you'd get
Go ahead.
picked up like that 3-year-old little girl with the kite.
Exactly.
Oh, I know.
I was kiting.
Saw that.
I think it was last summer. I was kiting and I was getting drug across my yard. My nephew had to come kill the wing for me. It was just it had me out of control.
It'd be like a
It put
rag,
me on my belly, and I had no control once I was on my belly.
be like a rag doll hanging onto a.
Yep.
Yeah.
So John, you bought a wing that was too big for you?
No, I have a larger trike, so I had to get a bigger wing
Oh.
to match.
179.
But it's just too big to kite with. I need something smaller to practice my kiting.
You need to talk to Kevin Can Fly. So you
Why he has wheels on wings?
He knows. No, not even that. He just
Lord.
he knows his wings. You know what I mean? And he'll be able to set you up. He'll be able to set you up in the right direction. For sure. You know,
I'm a
on
paramotor
wings.
junkie. I know just about every wing there is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been playing with different wings.
Okay.
That's what he did when
And
we
the
were
one I
at
want to
school all
buy,
week.
or the one I want to buy when I get a foot launch set up someday, I have not had the chance to try yet, but I want to try it first. That's a universal. I want to try one of those out.
That's on my list to try this weekend, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go then. Then Nick, you can try that wing, and then you can let John know if it's good or not.
I've heard nothing but good things about that wing from everybody.
I like the fact I like the trim range of it. It's got such a large trim range.
And it only costs what? $3,000.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, they're all about 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3 to 4.
Holy crap.
You
Casey,
gotta
are
pay
you
to fly.
okay? Casey's like,
Yeah.
he's all chilling there. Are you like, you're still at work?
Yeah, I am.
Did
Waiting for this
anybody else
conference.
watch that Greg Anthony Harris video about his training the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was a
That was
video,
groovy.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
good.
that video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Harris did? Oh, hell yeah.
My race car buddy was sitting next to me while I watched it, and he asked me how much did one of those things cost after he watched that video. Took all of that for him to decide he might want to fly someday. Seeing that video.
Well,
Yeah,
15,000.
but that's all it needs is someone to show you from a different aspect, really.
Right. Right.
How someone can get involved through
Mm-hmm.
through the husband doing it. You know, otherwise she probably wouldn't have got involved, would she?
Right. And she probably would have given up when she couldn't
Yeah.
get the wing up first.
Yeah, yeah. And being such a small girl with not really probably the right equipment to train on.
Oh, man, I don't know what machine she was using. That
She
thing
did.
looked giant on her back.
Yeah, she did well, man. She did well for.
I was like, so I watched that whole thing and I was like crying because there were so many different. Seriously, I mean, watching her, because she's no bigger than me. Okay, I may be like 5 pounds more than her, whatever, you know, kind of thing. And it really was very inspirational watching, you know, watching.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
I was very moved by
What
it.
I noticed the most was
Gee,
when she
Linda,
went on the ground, she took off almost vertical. She was so light on that thing.
Elevator up.
yeah,
And not like an elevator ride.
Yep.
yeah. Once she took off, she went straight up. It was great.
Yep.
I could watch it over and over again.
Yeah, watching her and
My baby on.
Oh, yeah, these guys on here, but I can't seem to get it on YouTube here.
Yeah. Well, all we can see is iPhone on your screen now. Can't see it more.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a second here. Yeah, I'm on the goofy. Hang on a second here. Oh, this thing sucks.
Yeah, when you get a chance.
Let me guess. You can't find KC8ORW. It's the letter
yeah.
O, not a
doing?
zero.
Take the batteries out.
Oh, geez, not right now.
I said when you get a chance.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Replace them?
I want to take them out before they corrode and ruin the
Oh,
bullet.
there we are. See this? Oh,
There
guys.
you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
See
box
you
is
again.
there.
back.
I don't know if it's.
And she's running.
I was like my wife. She always hides from the camera too.
Yeah, she got the cameras on. There's like zing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. What happened here? I hit some button here. Now I got something weird. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. There you are. We see you
Wrong
again.
button again.
There you go.
I'm still
Don't
trying to.
touch the phone.
Oh, you gotta do your name.
Oh,
No,
now we
she
see
has-
the other camera.
She hands me this thing here, and she wants me to take the batteries out.
You're gonna have to bring that to the fly-in and take off with it.
Bring that to the FD, I'll buy it for $10.
I should put a GoPro on it. You know, look like it's
There
flying.
you go.
Yeah.
IO silver away. See.
I like it when you brush me.
Here, listen to this.
Cool.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, I'll give $15 for that.
Mr. Ed.
Otherwise, once we change the batteries, the thing works. I don't know. Maybe if you hit the other ear, maybe it says something. All right, that's
Cool.
pretty bad. I don't know.
As long as
Maybe,
you're enjoying it.
yeah, well, I could probably throw a reserve on it and throw it from 3,000 feet and see where it lands. Might land in a farmer's horse field or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I got this thing working again, but I don't have the darn YouTube thing. This should just send it over to the big screen, and I don't know. I screwed up. Anyway, so did anybody do any flying today or yesterday or anything? Or nope.
Nope.
I was moving. Trying to get everything set up. Next week, we got the fly-in. Dave
Yeah,
Purdy.
I know. Sounds
Where's,
good.
where's that at, guys?
Portsmouth, Ohio.
Oh, right. Yep.
That's on the border of Kentucky down there, isn't it? Real close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least that hurricane's out of the way, I guess. So weather hopefully will be good, right?
Yeah, we got a little bit of rain, thunderstorms Thursday.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't think wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we're supposed to have rain and thunderstorms here today, and it just all died out by Rockford, and then it's still too windy to go fly, But we flew last night, but I didn't get off the ground till 15 minutes, like I said, before sunset, and it's like 7:28 or something like that up here in Illinois. So 1928, whatever you want to call it. We got up, flew, and like I said, it's on YouTube, so you guys can check it out on the Paraglider Pete channel, all one word. Mark and I went flying. It was okay. You can see it. It's kind of cool if you guys get bored. Anyway.
That's why we're here. We're paramotor junkies.
Yeah, I know. Definitely, man. I if I'm not out, doing something around here, I'm flying the paraglider.
Yeah, if I'm not flying one, I'm thinking about flying one.
Yeah.
That's my life right there.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm the same way. I want to check out that Speedster too. Does anybody have a Ozone Speedster too?
Somebody, I know a guy named Mr. David that has one, but he had a little accident with his recently.
I'm sure Rippa does.
Yeah, this is a 26 meter. So I fly a 30 Eden 4 right now, and I had a Eden 2 that was a 30 meter way back when, and it's nice. I like it, but this thing it's a reflex wing, so it's got the wingtip steering, the 2D steering, I guess, on it. And if you want to go fast and penetrate, you can actually let the trimmers out, and it'll go into reflex mode. And if not, so I got my buddy who wants to let me try it. So I'm kind of debating about it. I'm thinking, a new one's like $4,300, $4,400. He's selling one for $3,000. It's a couple of years old. I'm kind of thinking of picking it up, because some other one's getting a little old, So it's nice to have a backup wing.
Wings are just getting dearer and dearer.
I know. And I'm getting older and older, so I don't know if I want to keep getting smaller and smaller wings. And I got to run faster and faster. And man, I'm 61 years old. I'm gonna be needing wheels.
Paramotor. Is that you? You're JR Paramotor, correct?
What's that?
You're JR Paramotor, correct?
No, Paraglider Pete.
No. Well, who's JR Paramotor?
I don't know.
No, you're not. Your iPhone.
Oh, I don't know if he's talking to me. Somebody on YouTube asked John if did he see his email? I don't know if he's talking about me or. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten any emails from anybody. Maybe. I don't know who all's named John here. So. Might have to be more specific than that, Nick, or come on the show and just talk to us.
Hey, I tell you what, what's this chat channel again? If I go to YouTube, what's it called?
Yeah, I just have YouTube up on my phone and I have the chat just loaded, so I can see the chat from YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. What's the
It's under KC8ORW.
KC8?
Yep. Oscar Romeo Whiskey.
Oh, Oscar Romeo Whiskey?
Yep.
Hold on. Is that the okay, start over. Oscar Romeo Whiskey?
No, Kilo Charlie 8.
Okay, hold on. Kilo Charlie. Sounds like your call sign. I gotta get to the numbers.
Yes,
Kilo Charlie. Hold on. Kilo Charlie. This is taking a little bit. I got the old push button. Kilo Charlie 8. Oscar Romeo Whiskey.
Yep.
I see it. I just gotta get to it. Oh crap. All right. Hold on a second here. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I'm KA9SPS, but I'm not on YouTube. Oh, there you are. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, it's taken me about a year to learn your number 2.
Yeah, I got it. So now I just got to figure out how to turn it on. Okay, I think it's working. There we go. Well, it's thinking about it. PPG Adventure Show 17, right?
Yep.
That's the one.
Live now. Okay, let's see if this works. I think I finally got it. Now there's of course a delay.
Yep, there'll be like a 1 minute
So
delay.
does it work yet?
Yeah, it's a big old black screen, and then I got a stupid a Walgreens commercial. Is that what you get? You can skip video in 5 seconds. All right, skip. There we go. Well, let's see. I had a black screen.
I've got a new work laptop, and it had I didn't have my YouTube account on it. I forgot there were ads on YouTube. First loaded, I thought, oh my Lord, that was horrible.
Okay, I'm in the middle now. I see myself.
Half an hour long.
So does it work yet?
No, I'm good. I'm good now, man. I got it.
now you see Bobby's being crazy again.
Except my background disappeared. All right, who's somebody in the empty chair?
Say your name correctly.
Looks like Linda got up, huh, and took off and disappeared. And yeah.
What? You deserted me again? Oh, okay.
God damn, do I look old on this thing?
I keep telling my wife she pours bleach on my beard when I'm sleeping.
My wife doesn't even, she doesn't even sleep in the same room with me. I snore.
Yeah.
Linda, I just realized, I thought you had a big chair, but you're just a small woman.
This is my big chair with me. Yeah.
Well, you just said
and it's so comfortable though. It's so comfortable.
You just said you're 4'8", wasn't it?
5'2". Hello.
5'2". Oh.
5'2".
Wow, you're shorter than my wife even.
Wow.
He's 5'3", my wife.
You're talking about
Good things come in small packages.
Oh yeah, Walter. You know what they say about guys with big hands? They wear big gloves.
Like I have.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, except for OJ.
Something. So
I swear this race car grease is permanently on my skin. Oh.
Ouch.
Every 3 minutes goes to that dang race car.
You gotta wash your hands. Don't you know COVID's around? You gotta wash your hands regularly.
Hey, have any of you guys ever
grease is antibacterial though?
Yeah. Hey, have any of you guys ever did like a search for somebody who was missing or anything like that?
I tried helping out with that kiwi that went missing, but man, those satellite images they had were so blurry. It was hard. I was hoping they would come out with some better pictures.
They haven't found him.
It's very heartbreaking.
They have not found him. The police ended the official search, but the volunteers are still going right now.
The only thing the only way they can really find him right now, because it's so dense, in the desert, Nevada desert and everything, is on air, on the airplanes.
Or with buzzards.
Yeah.
When they have buzzards circle, flying around.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's been what, 8 days now?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm praying for him and everything, but the excuse me, the temperatures and everything where it's been here in the desert, I can't imagine him surviving. If he does,
it'll be a miracle.
When
dehydrate, yeah.
When Robert, when I watched Robert's live stream church on Sunday, because Robert's a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
He lifted up him in prayer, and he did talk in detail about kind of what was going on. And yeah, there's several people that are looking for him right now, but the only way they can do it, they're volunteering, is in their airplanes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I worked for about 3 full days straight on the satellite imagery when they had the satellite imagery from the day after he went missing, and then they had an older one right next to it, and then you kind of scroll between the two and look for differences. Yeah. But it was really hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, we're doing the best we could, but
yeah, I mean, granted, that's what people love to do.
Mm-hmm.
But do all the hiking and all that stuff, but man.
Yeah, and who's to say where he dropped that inReach at? He could have just dropped that somewhere while he was flying and flew 200 kilometers radius somewhere around there.
I'm
Well, they have the coordinates for that inReach. They should be able to find it.
Well, look at Fawcett. Remember when he crashed in that little decathlon or whatever he had, and all they found was his wallet or something like that, and a bunch of bones scattered around. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that was where L.A. or Los Angeles or somewhere. I was in California somewhere, I think, or Nevada. Wasn't it desert? Same deal. High desert. In the mountains.
How long after he crashed did they find him though?
Oh, I don't know. It was a couple of weeks. I thought, it didn't find much except for some hiker found his wallet or something, or driver's license or something. The animals probably scattered his.
Grizzly bears got him.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're flying in that kind of conditions, I would be carrying around a casoul or something just in case you do go down. If you can't, if you're still around. I mean, it's scary stuff.
It made me think I'm going to put together a little survival kit and put it in my machine for sure. You never know.
I think the best thing is, and I was mentioning it to my Mark, that if you had, the thing where the ELT goes off automatically, but if you had it, like if you're flying, it goes off after say like 6 hours. If you don't hit a button, it'll warn you, like say, cancel it, if you don't, like if you get knocked out or die or something, it'll automatically go off after like 6 hours and broadcast where you are on its own, unless you cancel it.
His
if you cancel it, you're
his
okay.
Was pinging, but
yeah, that's a good idea because it's all fine, but if you crash and you knock yourself out,
right,
that's when you're in trouble because you're not conscious, and that's what sort of worries me about water. It's fine if you land in the water and you're conscious.
Yeah.
If you're not, if you got knocked out by the cage or whatever, you're in diabolical trouble. If you're still conscious, and I mean, I've been in an accident where I've been knocked out and come to in the same instance, and if you're aware of what's going on around you, you still have control of something. But if you're knocked out, you're just a rag doll.
Yeah.
I just text messaged Robert and asked if he heard anything yet, and he said no. And he'd be the first to, hear anything. Kiwi was a good friend of his, and he was supposed to be he was going to have him on the show in the next week or so. So it's real heartbreaking right now.
Yeah, I didn't know him personally, but he was still a pilot like us, so it's kind of like he's part of our family, you know.
Oh, you guys are all my family, absolutely. You know, I'm a paramount. I'm the paramount. That's what that's me. And I care about every one of you guys, absolutely. You know, I follow everybody on Facebook and and I when I see Robert Fly and when he does SIV and everything. Oh my God.
That was somebody that hijacked my Facebook, I swear, Linda, whatever it was. No, I'm just kidding.
Hijacked your Facebook.
I just what do they call that where you look around, you don't actually post anything. I'm one of them guys, a lurker or whatever.
Oh, you do that. You sneak around.
Yep.
I love sending those funny tractor videos to Nick. The one where the last one that I sent where that dude was like, he was trying to teach his wife how to drive the tractor, and for whatever reason he was sitting.
A stalker. There you go.
See
Nick.
that? And the scooper would. Yeah, that's interesting.
Walter, Nick Griffith asked on YouTube how you're doing or how you're feeling, buddy. He said.
Who, me?
Yeah, Nick Griffith asked that.
Take it away, Walter.
Yeah, I'm good, Nick. I've come good in the last 5 days and don't have any breathing episodes. So the heart's back to.
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It was out of tune. I had to put a new head on it and clean the carbon off and new spark plug and.
There you go.
Tune up the electrical wiring. They actually burnt bits of the heart. They went in through my neck and through the groin, and they virtually spot welded parts of the heart that changed my heart rate and slowed it down, changed the flutter. I had a flutter of the heart arteries, and it all brought it back to normal. That's like electrically charging parts of the heart. It's actually welding it up. It's
amazing what they can do nowadays.
It is.
It's actually scary what they do these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing was going through the groin and the neck. They were burning parts of the heart, and I'm thinking they're working on my heart, but I could swear they were burning up underneath my shoulder.
Really?
Obviously, the nerves or the artery must come up that way, and.
Yeah, well, that's like they say when a person's getting a heart attack, their right arm hurts, or some odd part of their body like that. I think it's something like that.
Don't think of it like that, because that's totally wrong now. And you can have a heart attack or have heart problems, and it'll be anywhere from the pains in the chest into the back, the shoulders, every joint in your arm, including your wrists. The neck right into your jaw up on the neck here. And it's like 6 or 7 spots. This myth about it going down the left arm and that's not really true anymore. And I think they need to advertise that more to people, because everyone thinks, oh, you got a pain in your left arm, or you might be having a heart attack. But in the meantime, you got pains in your shoulders, in your wrists, in your elbows, let alone your chest and your shoulders. And stuff.
Yeah, shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially get older. I did a chainsaw. I was cutting wood 2 years ago, and it's both shoulders got overdone. I didn't think anything of it. I thought, it's light. I can handle it. No big deal. Yeah. And then like 2 months later, still hurting. I went to the doctor. He took an ultrasound. He goes, you strained both shoulders. It took 1.5 years. It still hurts on this side. I still wake up. And then when you're paragliding, you got the high hang points. It's ouch. So I get of course, the other one, the one with the low hang points, and now it's a little easier. It doesn't hurt as much. It kind of sucks, but I'm lucky. My knees are still good,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's simple as it could be as simple as pulling a muscle, or you do a ligament as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had both of my knees dislocated and both of my arms. My arms several times each have been dislocated through sport, through accidents, through whatever. I used to do a lot of water skiing. Well, yeah, I had a lot.
How old are you now?
64.
Yeah, I'm 61. It's catching up. I can feel it.
Well, unfortunately, I've had a lot of accidents and stuff in my years from doing karate and doing water skiing and car accidents and boat accidents.
Thanks for that donation there, Bob. I see your thing here. Greetings, fellow deplorable infidel flying squirrels, which you're going to become one soon.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You come to
That
EFD, I'll film your first launch at EFD.
Boy, make it 4K. Do it in 4K.
I might even help get him in the air.
I'll bring a big pillow and run around along the ground below you.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Might not help much.
Walter, I have to say, wax on, wax off. Wax
What?
on.
What's that got to do with
We're
it?
talking karate.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah.
I was just watching that.
I waxed on and waxed off at the same time.
You need some Viagra.
My wife and daughter were just watching that. They come out with a new YouTube series about that Karate Kid. Has them all grown up and how they live nowadays. It's kind of cool show.
Really, they made a YouTube. They made a
Cobra Kai is the name of the show now.
Okay, I think I've seen clips of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just
I love
whacked
that
off.
movie. I love that show.
Yeah, it has almost all the same actors in it. The only one missing is Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
He's been dead for how many years now?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the best though. That was an awesome show.
It's weird that the show kind of shows things from that blonde-haired kid. I forget his name. The one that was the bad guy. It kind of shows things from his perspective, so it makes Daniel seem like a butthead sometimes. It's kind of cool.
That's funny.
It was a good movie in its day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got me hooked on Elizabeth Shue.
They don't make movies like they used to.
So our plan is to get Casey in the air this weekend and Uncle Bob in the air on the 20th, right? Or the weekend of the 20th. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Get somebody to film that so we can see it.
Oh, I'm gonna film it. Trust me. If I have to tie his semi to his rig and drag him in here, I will.
Yeah, I was going to say, find a big soft top for his trailer, and that way you can follow him and he can land on the trailer.
All right, here's the plan, Nick. When Casey's not looking, wire up a remote control to his throttle, and then talk him into going out there and practice taxiing. And whenever he looks right, just hit freaking wide open on him, send his ass in the air,
and clip on the chase camera.
There you go.
That'd probably work, you know.
Yeah, he just thinks he's taxiing, just happy as he can be, and next thing you know, it goes full power and he's up in the air.
I think with Bob, I might have to tie a rope to him to the back of his semi and accelerate down the runway.
There you go.
As long as it ain't one of them damn automatics, because I can't drive those. It's got to have a gear shift in it, you know.
Right. If you can't drive an automagical transmission, you got no business getting behind the wheel.
Yeah.
I drive those manuals. I got to have 3 pedals on the floor. Preferably two sticks on the floor too.
I don't know, those dang split shifters and all that stuff gets me.
I've done that.
On the big ones.
Give me an automatic.
Always remember, a real man is secure enough to let the truck shift for itself.
There you go.
Yeah, my old twin stick will beat your automatic every day.
Getting
Remember
too
the
old.
You remember the old Yamaha commercials when they first come out with the electric start and the 4-stroke engine on their snowmobiles?
Yeah.
And they had the guy that said, "Real men pull ropes," and he looked at him and said, "Oh yeah, well, how do real men start their cars?"
They get out and crank them.
Yeah, big crank at the front.
There you go.
That was real men.
Can you break your arm?
I saw a lot of real men break their arms too.
That's right.
So
Yes.
what's the history behind like the paramotoring and the paragliding? So when does this, tell me, Walter, like when does this all start? You know what I mean? Where's the history in all this? Did it start with parachuting? Did it start with
It really started with people with converting a parachute wing and trying, but they knew that it wasn't big enough or too much drag. And so the changes in the shapes of the wing. Over here, I'm talking 20 years ago now, I wanted to build it or buy a backpack. And I rang America and the guy said, "Oh, so you've done a bit of flying?" And I said, "Yeah, in an aircraft." And he said, "Oh, you haven't done any foot launching and that. Let me explain it to you, that your legs are your undercarriage." And at that time, I've been flying GA and a few rough landings and this and that. Pictures went through my head of my legs up around my butt. On landings.
You did some butt landing?
No, I didn't do any butt landings. The guy said to me, he goes, "Build a trike, you know, or get yourself a trike." Because that way you don't have to run into the air, you see.
Oh, okay, I got it.
And I thought that was a much better thing to do, was to have wheels. So I built my machine, but in the back of my head, I always wanted a backpack. And
backpack? What's a backpack? Like what you need backpack flying backpack?
Yeah,
huh?
Butt fan.
Powered paraglider, you know, the motor, the butt fan on the back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I really always wanted that. And in the day, as you know, or most of the people here know, they were quite heavy machines. And, you know, they're not what they are now. And the more I see of it, not the simpler it looks, but the easier it all is now. Because of the weight of the machines, because of the way the wings are, they come up a lot easier and lighter and all of that. So it's really given the child in all of us that inception of running into the air, you know, your wings out, arms out, and we're flying like Superman. And I think we've all dreamt about it.
Okay.
And really, who was it? Someone was saying this morning that, you know, there's nothing better than getting into the air. And I sort of think the same. I've done boats, I've done race cars, this, that, the other, but nothing really, what's the word?
Compares, yeah.
Yeah, nothing compares to being in the air and being like the bird, you know, flying with the birds. There is no greater feeling, or seeing your shadow moving along the ground, or if you can be up above the clouds, seeing that circle and your silhouette in the middle. That to me, there's nothing better than that, because that's you at the moment. Your shadow is on the ground. You're doing something. That's me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I think I've flown fixed wings, and I like both spectrums.
Hey, this Fred Flintstone, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hook power.
I'm really waiting for that magical flight where you get above the clouds and you see reflection in the clouds that I hear about. I want to do that so bad.
Oh, wait till you see that. It's amazing.
Yeah, the round, the aura. I don't know what they call it. I think it's the aura above the clouds, and you see your silhouette in the middle of it, or on the ground. Sometimes you see it. You see it in fog. You fog. You get above the fog, and your silhouette and rainbow ring is
all
you're
around
you. You're in the center of it, and
wow, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you're in the center of the planet. You know, it's a great feeling.
Is it?
Welcome, guys.
I see John Wayne joined us here. Nick Griffith got in.
Nick, how are you, Nick?
I've been working on my motor all day.
Oh boy.
That's never good.
Motor all day. That sounds like a country song.
Hopefully
Yeah.
just maintenance and not major repairs.
No, it's major repairs. I crashed it a few days ago.
What?
That's
John.
never good.
John,
Yeah.
What did you do to the motor?
no
Well,
crash.
I thought I did more damage than I actually did, but there's a oil pressure relief valve on that Adam 80 on that final drive, and it's way down inside there. Anyway, I think I broke a spring to it.
Oh no.
It's blowing oil out, so I got to pull it all apart. Well, I got it apart now. So.
That's a gosh dang moment.
No good.
What do you hit the ground or?
Yeah, I was taking off. Long story, real tall grass, and I had a little open spot there. It wasn't long enough for the 100% humidity in the Adam 80 and my slightly overloaded wing.
So you didn't. So it comes down to you didn't have enough speed for takeoff.
Yeah, I took off. I just came back down.
Oh, so you got right to V2 and committed to it when you probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, my ass was in the seat just a little early.
I had a similar experience not long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had the motor shove your ass into the seat.
Yeah, it shoved me like a son of a gun. That Monster 185 is no joke. It's got power.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's part of my problem. You know, I don't know about you guys, but when that humidity gets up above 90%, that little Adam 80, it has a hard time making thrust.
Yeah,
everything does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's already small.
Everything has a hard time with. Yeah, but
Check,
everything has a harder time in high humidity. The density
density altitude. Check the density altitude. You may have to adjust your carburetors.
You know, speaking of taking off, I was watching a Facebook discussion here the other day, and these guys were talking about ways to take off sooner. And one guy came up with to pull your wing up, and while it's still in the power band, to go to full power.
Oh yeah, while the wing's already behind you a little bit. Yeah.
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 Power forward.
That's
a power forward.
It seems like it's kind of a risky move right there. If you mess up, you can have bad things happen, though. Huh?
You can tear up some lines, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful about your lines to do that, or you knock your cage back into your prop.
I think I'll save that for like an advanced move when I get a little better.
I can get my wing up without wind, you know, and then you just gotta
yeah,
run
that's
your
for
ass
nil
off
wind,
and
and
keep
I wouldn't
running,
try
hit
it.
the brakes.
It's too risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I've even done things silly like, you know, you're revving up the motor and the blast hits the wing and you see the wing out of the corner of your eye, you know, go up a little bit and you think, uh-oh, and you just take it because you know if you don't go now, you're going to have to reset that wing, you know, but you don't know what you're going to get once you've done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually you're gonna get a wing that's gonna come up kind of weird and in an angle and where you don't want it to be.
Exactly. Yeah. You
comes
once
up
you
in the
bloat it all
center.
over the place.
If it comes
Yeah,
up
why
in the center, you could probably power early.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was talking about hitting power before the wing even comes all the way up, while it's still holding you back. He hits full power there and just one step takeoff. He said.
I believe that's that same fellow that tore up his wing doing that, wasn't it?
I could believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
it seemed like a really risky move. I was just kind of watching the discussion from a distance. I didn't join in on it.
Huh.
Didn't have anything to offer to that discussion. I've never tried it. So.
But a lot of people seem to get into the seat before they really, it looks like their feet haven't really left the ground yet, but they're almost anticipating, and they sit down too early, and you think, like, why, man? You could have stayed up, standing up, and you would have been off
some
the
of
ground.
it might be what happened to me too, Walter. When I was practicing my first foot launch takeoff there, the instructor told me on my helmet, go to full power, and I went to full power, and that motor just shoved the seat right out from under me, or right under me, and I hit the ground.
Yeah.
You need to bring the
that
power
will
up
happen.
slowly, not you should have brought the power up slowly, not go from idle to mashing it.
Well, I was about a quarter throttle whenever he told me go ahead and go to full power, and I hit it too hard is what I did.
Your clutch wasn't engaged yet, and when you got on it, the clutch engaged and slammed you hard.
Man, I mean, I remember I was running, and when my right foot hit the ground, it slid like 6 feet before I fell backwards.
It almost looks like, Nick, that if you bring your sometimes if you bring your power on too slow, you've missed the window of the kite, and so it tends to overshoot.
He wasn't in any danger of overshooting it. He was still building speed, but
depends on the wing.
Yeah, it was a McPara Charger. I think it was a 26.
Yeah.
No, Chargers will overshoot.
Well, you know that universal that I got, if I don't have my seat adjusted right, it'll scoop me up. As my feet leave the ground, it'll slide right under my ass. If my leg straps
when
are
it
too
shoved
tight.
me forward, that seat board went right underneath my butt. I mean, instantly.
Yeah.
So it's in other words, it's as you're transitioning from the seat to the shoulder straps taking the weight, the board's coming up under your ass.
Yeah, I didn't even have the wing hadn't even taken the pressure off my harness yet when I went to full throttle, and it just I hit the ground. If I'd have pulled brake, I might have gotten off the ground, but it would have been ugly.
If you'd have pulled brake, you'd have maybe caught it, but you're right at that speed.
What happened to you there, Nick? That don't look pretty. There's another trike guy right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to become a foot launcher.
Supposed to start him on your back, Nick.
It was an accident 4 years ago on a sled and a golf cart, and I just got all the metal taken out. There was 2 big pieces of metal, and 15 screws, but it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
They let you bring your hardware home with you?
Yeah, I got the hardware.
That's always cool when they let you have the hardware. It's like, you got all the parts.
They asked me that. It was like, do you want it? I was like, well, I guess. I mean, you're just going to throw it away. Sure.
Make jewelry out of it or something. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm like, hell yeah, you paid for that shit. You had to wear it for years.
The thing I don't understand is all of the screws are different size, different lengths, and they're all different thread pitches. Like some are machine screws, some are wood screws.
It reminds you of your shop with the baby food jar full of scrap screws, right?
Yeah, I was like,
what the doctor did. He went down to Jenner's closet and grabbed whatever he could find.
I mean, not one of them has the same thread pit.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, Linda?
That's just like Nick. That's just like the doctor grabbed a handful of screws before he come and serviced it.
Yeah, he went down to Jenner's closet and grabbed one of the jars.
Yeah.
Whatever the janitor had laying around in his jar down there in the junk drawer, he just grabbed it and started using it.
At least they used all titanium, you know.
Yeah, he's just a paramotor pilot. He's gonna do it again. Just grab a few screws there. She'll be right. Bit of that plate there. titanium plate. Thank you.
What's that?
Just bring a bit of plate. Yeah, I got the screws in my pocket.
Hey, now you got the parts for your paramotor. If you need any bolts, you know, you got the titanium screws there for it.
He needs to make it out of wood though. They're wood screws.
Oh, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. Well, Brian, look at Brian Waller. You know, he's still, you know, he's the hay bale crasher or whatever, and
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
He still has some. He has like a couple like the screw things in his foot or whatnot that
that
they
video.
have to take out. I mean, his cast is off and everything, but yeah, the same thing.
I watched that video and I was a little bit upset because I was not prepared for what I saw in that video. Oh.
Yeah.
I normally watch videos that I know are gonna have stuff like that in it because I'm a weak stomach person. I'll tell you.
Then you can't be watching paramotor videos because you know they do crash.
I know.
You know that crash that I.
You know, I try to act like I'm tough. I think the last time I ended up in the hospital, I had a big cut across the back of my hand, and they were sewing me up, and that Novocaine stuff wore off about 3/4 of the way, and you can see I was feeling the stitches, or they were giving me staples that time. And they said, you know, you need some more of the stuff, and I said, no, just finish. You'll just charge me more money anyway. And about the last one, I passed out at the doctor table. I was done. Tried to pretend like I was
finished. Like I'm done. No,
yeah, I fell right over. I was talking to him mid-sentence. I just passed out. It was weird.
Oh my God.
When mine originally happened 4 years ago, they pumped me full of ketamine. So I was tripping real good.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel nothing.
Or whatever.
I seen like tunnels and all kinds of shit. It was crazy. Everybody was coming in, like they were parading all the nurses in there one by one, and they were all coming in there talking to me like, "Oh my God," and all this shit. And I like every time I had like all of them rolling laughing, I would just say like the funniest shit. So I'd have like 6, 7 nurses in there at one time, and I'll just be dying laughing. So I was like so pumped on that ketamine still.
Asking for those epidurals that the girls get, right?
It's cat tranquilizer. That's what they use to put cats to sleep.
Oh, that's not good.
That Brian Haybaler, he's single, and the rumor is he did that so he could meet nurses in hospital.
There's a hell of a way to meet a nurse, man. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't even get the picture out of my head. Every time you guys mention it, it replays in my mind. It's horrible.
I just
you know that crash that I had. That crash I had the other day. You know, I was blaming myself for it, and there was a guy standing out there watching, which of course made that even more embarrassing. But he took some video of it, and I saw that this morning. And guess what? It wasn't my fault. Right. Now, I've already admitted that I shouldn't have been trying this, okay? Because I was already pushing my luck. But guess what actually happened? A spring, it's on a MacFly, and they got 2 springs on the netting. A spring broke and went through the prop. And that's how I lost that lift. Yeah. I lost the lift because I was airborne. I just got airborne.
Yeah, your spring hit the prop and you fell backwards.
Yep. Yeah,
How did you see that?
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
How did you see that though, John?
What's that?
How did you see that? What, you saw it on the video or you saw?
Yeah, I saw it on the video. You could see the netting come loose and go into the prop after I was airborne. I was just barely off the ground when it happened. And you know something?
You were just rotated forward and you swung back. You know?
But you didn't hear the noise?
Still I didn't hear anything. I mean, I was just leaving the ground, and
oh wow.
And I wasn't really gaining. What's that?
Was the net too loose and that's why it went in?
No, here's what I was going to say. I noticed the day before those springs set almost parallel to the struts on there, and I noticed one of the springs had turned about 45 degrees because it's got a ring on it, and I actually twisted a little bit to see, if something was the matter with it, checking it, and apparently that spring just broke, and it's covered with shrink wrap, so you can't actually see the spring. It's inside shrink wrap.
Hey
But
guys,
I noticed
I gotta
that
run. My battery's
it had
dying.
turned.
I'll see you guys.
Okay, buddy. Have a good night.
See you, Pete.
Good night now. Take care, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
All
thanks
right.
for joining us.
All right.
So anyway, I guess it's my fault twice because I should have took that shrink wrap off and seen why that thing had turned as much as it had, because there's no reason for it. But apparently it's an issue. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody else having that problem, but
Well, that's where you put a piece of steel wire or safety cable through that thing so that don't happen again.
Aviation wire, yep.
Yeah.
Or you take that shrink wrap, you cut that shit off, you put some clear shrink wrap on there, so now you can see into it.
Yeah, well, I don't even know why the shrink wrap's on there, to be honest with you. It doesn't do anything.
It's there for that reason.
Vibration.
Yeah, vibration on the spring, keep it from cracking easier.
Yeah, could be. I don't know.
I
But
don't know about
anyway,
you guys. I use silicone gasket compound on my exhaust springs just to stop some of the vibration.
Yeah, I do that too. You run a bead right along the spring and it stops the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of it, or what on the? Because the Corsairs, they come with silicone inside the springs for the exhaust, where the silencer comes up to the muffler.
Oh, they do, huh?
Oh, they come factory like that.
Stops the spring vibrating and eventually letting go.
Yeah.
And that's
the older ones, we just ran a bead of former gasket on the outside of the spring after we safety wired it, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the safety
Yeah. The new ones come with that braided steel instead of having a just because it leaks oil out of there onto my fuel tank.
Really?
What up?
Might be time for a new gasket.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah.
Oil from where, Case?
It comes, where the silencer comes up to the muffler, right there. Like it comes up, goes down, and then you got the muffler that goes up again and
Your
down.
motor's pretty new yet?
No, it's old.
What mixture you're running on your fuel?
40 to 1.
Okay, that's a little heavy on the oil. That might be why you're getting extra oil too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if that gasket's leaking, it's going to build up in there and leak out.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of frame was that we were talking about?
That's the Black Devil. The 172. Yeah.
What frame?
Oh, the frame is a Fly Products. Yeah.
The thrust or
Fly compress?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, I don't know the exact oil specs on that motor either.
it had a matey started leaking oil through the rivets on the muffler at about 25 hours.
Or the top 80 and the Atom 80 both do that constantly.
Yeah. I actually went to the trouble of going ahead and drilling it out and pulling it apart to see what the hell was going on. And there was
Rivets were getting loose.
Well, yeah, and there was a lot of oil. They got the fiberglass in there, and that fiberglass was really
Scout
heavy
did a
with
video
oil.
not too long ago about repacking the exhaust too.
Yeah,
Apparently
I
they were
repacked
getting
it. I
done.
put new stuff in there. Yeah.
What oil are you
What about
running?
that? Oops, go ahead.
I'm running that Motul.
Switch over to Amsoil Sabre. You won't have that oil buildup.
Yeah,
You run yours
I
about
was
70
thinking
to
that.
1, right, Nick?
Mine's
What'd you say, John?
66 to 1.
I was going to say, I
Mine's
believe Nick runs
66
his
to
is
1.
like 70 to 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run an Amsoil Sabre. I don't have the problem with the oil building up in there at all on mine.
I need to get some Sabre.
It's great oil.
Find me an Amsoil dealer around here somewhere.
You can order it on Amazon, actually.
Yeah, I could do that too.
I put that mow tool in a chainsaw. I had to change the spark plug real quick.
Yeah, it tends to build up a lot, I found.
Yeah, it doesn't burn very quick, that's for sure.
That's why I like the Amsoil. It's a semi-synthetic, or you can get the full synthetic, but I don't have a problem with it fouling the plugs up. I don't have a lot of oil tracking on the exhaust like I did with other oils I tried.
I forget the brand that I have. Is some crap stuff, but it gets oil on my prop and everything. I just hate it. So I want to switch.
Oil I get on my prop now is from the smoke system, and it wipes off pretty easy. Actually made it nice. I had the wood prop on there. It would oil the prop. It'd be all nice and shiny. So I just wipe it off at the end of the flight. It always looked like it was brand new shellacked when I was done flying.
Yeah.
That was something about that Adam 80 that I discovered, that valve I was telling you about. It's kind of strange because the valve runs right through the center bolt that holds the parts that you bolt the prop to. And if that valve opens up, it relieves the pressure inside the case.
Decompression.
It can blow all the oil right out of there, and you'd never know it.
Right out through the prop, not in the center.
Right straight through the prop. Right. It wouldn't even touch the prop, other than the turbulence gets a little oil on it. But I had almost all the oil blow out of that case, and there wasn't a clue, except if you run your hand on the prop, there was a little oil on it.
That's actually scary to think that you lose that oil in there now.
Yeah.
The next thing you lose that gearbox while you're flying.
Exactly. And it was just a fluke that I noticed it. And so then when I investigated, looked at the diagrams and stuff, and I seen what they were doing. It's just that I never had a clue that was vented right through the center of that bolt, because that bolt's got a hole drilled right through it to go to that valve and let that oil come straight out the end.
So they should have it on the top of that. So like the AC-130 I have, mine's on the top. The nut you take off the fillet, it's got the relief valve in it. So it would vent up, right, and go back through the prop, or you couldn't lose all the oil unless you were inverted, really.
Well, and this thing here, though, I mean, it'll pump it right out. It'll pump it out.
Being where it's in the center, isn't it?
Sounds like Top Gun to me, but I was inverted, sir.
They only have a symbol of oil as it is.
Yeah,
I laid my top 80 down and it didn't spill a drop.
Yeah.
So maybe that valve is bad.
Yeah, I think that spring is messed up in there.
Get a new valve. They ain't much, like $6 or something.
$14 for the whole assembly. I just ordered one.
cheaper than $1,000 redrive.
Yeah.
Or gearbox.
That's their charge for that redrive, $1,000.
I'm sure they're not cheap.
Yeah, I think it's almost $500. Almost $500 for that Adam 80 box.
You said the Adam 80 does have a decompression port, though?
Yeah, right. Like I said, it goes right straight through that center bolt. And
it's not a decompression port for the engine. It's decompressing for the gearbox.
It's right for the gearbox, not for the engine. Right.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep.
Which
and after,
I don't know why they put it through like that, though. That's just weird. They put it through the back of the case instead of straight up out of the top of it.
The only thing I can think of is
the top. Never leaked a drop.
If you get a line in your prop, you know how you get a line in your prop, it gets wrapped around, probably doesn't hurt anything. If there's something sticking up there, it might very well cut that line. That might be what they're thinking. You know what I mean?
Never been an issue with mine. If it gets that close to the prop, it's sucking it in the prop.
Well, exactly. But that's the only reason, because it's much more complicated than it needs to be.
Literally, all the AC-130 has, top of the gearbox, the nut that you put on where you fill it, that has a relief valve in it. So if it, if it ever build pressure, it vents there. It's not going to
As far as
blow
I know,
out.
there's no vent. I mean, they got the vent on the top, but there's no valve or nothing in the top 80 that I've ever seen. Valve in the top.
Oh, you're talking about on the engine itself?
Do it.
Well, there's no decompression on the engine either. Or
No,
on the
they
gear.
don't need it. Well, the
Top
gearbox
80.
has it. Oh, the top 80?
Top 80 doesn't have one, not that I see. You want? I'll show it to you real quick. Maybe
No,
you
they
can
have
point it out.
on the top 80 where you put the oil in the top of the gearbox. That's where the vent's at on it.
Yeah, but there's no decompression or there's no valve.
No, decompression, but they have a valve in that vent port for the gearbox just to keep it if it over pressurizes, which it should never do.
Now you know that
be a lot of windage or something happening.
Well, you know that Adam 80 has it comes with a cover over the engine, and the prop for an Adam 80, no matter who makes it, the prop actually
not up
has
top there is
the
your
center.
Is your vent.
Well, the center of the prop pulls air through that, through that case, a lot of air, a lot more than a regular prop does. Yeah, it's designed that way, and I'm wondering if maybe it's pulling that oil. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right there. It might be what's going on. I don't know, but I'm just going to replace it. See what happens. I did put a different prop on it. I put an E prop on it this time.
How many pounds do I have to lose to be able to fly one of them things?
Adam 80?
Yeah.
Kyle O'Glee flies them all the time.
You'd be around 200.
200 pounds is what they recommend.
Yeah, or less.
You might be able to get down that low.
It doesn't matter much. I don't think you could weigh a whole lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
It depends more on your wing than it does the motor.
You got the curtain sticker.
I think I'm like 210. There you go.
You can fly one of those at 210 without a problem.
Oh,
as long as you can handle the wing.
Kyle O'Glee, that's about all he flies is at 80.
Yeah,
he's
heavy.
I'm pretty decent at kiting. I mean, that's not my issue.
You just got to be able to run and get it in the air. That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not going to have any two-step takeoffs. You're going to be running a little bit.
I gotta say that 30-meter wing has gotten me pretty darn good at kiting because that sucker's a bear to kite.
Well, you're kiting that super large wing. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. When I got to school in those McPair Chargers, man, that was like a dream to me. I was like, oh my God, this is easy.
Then you grabbed the seat and you realize what real kiting's all about.
Oh yeah. That thing was just plain fun.
You didn't even have to work to kite. Yeah, that wing's great just to go out and play. And then when you have a higher winds, it's real fun. Until it gets too high, you start getting plucked and drugged, and like I did on the beach with it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be just about every time I ever kite, because 30 mile an hour is an average day here. I just gotta be like Kyle
O'Glee. Probably getting plucked off the ground.
Yeah, I need to learn to be like Kyle and just fly in it. Dang it.
Yeah, but those guys make.
I'm surprised. I can't believe Kyle wasn't flying like the days leading up to the hurricane, like trying to catch his high winds and have some fun in it.
I'm wondering if he didn't and hasn't released the video yet.
That video that he did out there in that field that time, I was there that day when he did that. I was one of the two guys out there. Yeah.
Oh, when he was getting blown backwards on that Zeno?
Let me tell you something. That video doesn't even begin to describe what was really going on. I'm not lying when I tell you that Kyle O'Glee was laid flat on his back with that motor pointed straight at the ground, trying to fly that thing back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he did it, and
he did it because he's a pro.
He did it because he was crazy that day.
Yeah, that probably helped a little.
Well, look at the stuff he flies in, though.
Yeah, he looks for that kind of stuff.
We all look for air we can fly in. He looks for stuff that no one wants to fly in. That's what he goes up in.
Yeah, he looks for the challenge.
You were talking about that, Adam. Who's that?
You ever seen Bruce Almighty where he's like, smite me?
Oh, yeah.
That's what Kyle does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, you need
You were-
to get Kyle on your show.
You were
Yeah,
talking
You
about
had
the,
him on
flying
once
at it.
already.
You what?
He's been on here.
Well, get him back again, man. That's been full of adventure.
You know what I miss is his late night, Friday night or whatever night he used to do his chats. And I used to like that because that was him raw, man.
Yeah.
That was
He's a
good.
funny guy.
He is a character.
You know, if I came to America, he'd be one on my list. That if I didn't see him, if I didn't meet the guy, I'd be very disappointed on my trip.
Well, he is exactly the same way in person that he is on the videos.
He's like almost as funny. He's almost as funny as Robert.
Honestly,
I have a feeling he's going to be at EFD this year.
And we know Robert.
You have to be a natural, John, to be the way that Kyle is. And I sort of know because being involved with supermarkets and stuff all my life, it makes you capable of talking to anybody and everybody. Because back in my day, the customer was always right. If the customer was wrong, always revert to rule number one, because those people are the ones paying your wages, you know?
Yep.
If you upset them, you ain't got a business. Now, him in his business, where he's got to contact and talk to a lot of people, whether it's the weather of the day or the drugs that he's making for you, he's got to be able to converse, and he does that very well. And it's natural. I think he can talk. You know, everyone says like, oh, you know, I don't know how Kyle does it, but I think Kyle can talk all day, every day, probably about anything, and that's what makes him so exciting. And
I know how he does it. It's called experience.
Oh yes. He's done a lot. And I've said to him, I said, you thrive on pushing yourself, don't you? And he goes, oh yeah. You know, and that's why, like you said, in that it was John, wasn't it, that was saying when he was there that day when he was flying in that stuff. You sort of wonder why, but when you Kyle O, you go, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's awesome. He's an awesome guy. He's very
I got a little surprised that day.
There's a lot of awesome pilots out there, but I think he can relate it to the norm better than anybody else. I don't know what it is with him, but it's just his nature, his natural nature, I think, comes out in his videos, and it's to me, it's free airtime for him, you know, and he thrives on it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That poor guy is so busy, though. It's amazing that he gets as much done as he does.
Oh, look, to do what he does and to have the job, the family, kids, whatever, and do what he does.
He's got a very understanding wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that, hey, you know, to every good man is usually a good woman behind him. So,
or in front of him.
Usually.
Usually, yeah. Sometimes the wagon wheel falls off and it changes the course of the car.
Ain't that the truth, Walter?
Yeah.
Booyah. Booyah.
Booyah.
Booyah.
What are you drinking? Tea?
Don't. No, it's Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
You
When
coming
you're
down
retired, when you're retired, it's like Chardonnay.
I was going to say it's not even lunchtime yet, but no, it's
No, it's 8 o'clock here now, so I'm probably gonna like sign on.
What do you have for breakfast when you're retired?
Alcohol.
No. Oh no. Oh please.
No, it's not
If I
just for
start
dinner
going that
anymore.
way, no, I
Banana.
don't do mushrooms. No, I like for breakfast.
Banana sandwich.
I make like waffles, or I like the other day I made some banana cran raisin muffins.
Get your banana waffle. Get your waffle and stick banana and sugar on it.
Banana waffle. I make banana muffins, cranberry banana muffins. They're pretty good. Change it up. And so I said, you see my banana bread on Facebook, so I do banana bread. But I get bored with it, so then I make like the banana muffin thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Don't spit on the bananas.
I don't drink like at 8 in the morning. No. I like my wine later in the afternoon. Later.
She doesn't drink her wine at 8 o'clock. She's drinking it by 7.
I love you.
She won't make it at a fly-in, man.
You're better than that crap. No, I don't do that. No.
What do we do at a fly-in, John? Drink first thing in the morning?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you should know.
We never stop drinking.
You have to drink after you're drinking that stuff that you got the night before.
Oh yeah.
Get any insanity back, Nick.
Hey, I make the finest liquor known to man, Walter.
He can hold
I
his
like to
liquor.
brag.
It's damn near dangerous.
Yeah,
People don't believe me when I tell them how smooth and sneaky my liquor is until they actually had it, and they wake up the next day and ask what happened.
What happened last night? If you can't remember.
All right, I'm leaving the building.
What?
Yeah, my doggies. I got my doggies out and all that stuff.
Elvis is.
And my sister's been messaging me, call me. So I got it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I ain't seen my dog in about 20 minutes. That means it must be outside.
I know. Oh, you better go check on him, dear.
Yeah, I better go find it.
Yeah. Yep.
You coming to the EFD there, John?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. I'm in the middle of moving.
Oliver, boy, my dog's lazy. He won't even come over here and say hi.
Your doggy?
Yeah, he's being lazy. Come here.
We love our dog. I'd be lost without my doggy.
Looking at me, wagging his tail.
Aww. We love our doggies.
It's my best friend. My dog is my best friend.
Walter, where's your doggy? You have a doggy, don't you, Walter?
Outside in the sun.
Oh no, it's dark here now, but I don't let him. I let my dogs outside very long because it's too hot.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful day here.
Too hot.
Beautiful
Last night it rained all last night. It was so nice because we needed it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't get that much there in the desert, do you?
Oh no, this year it's been not very good. I thought we were going to get a good rainstorm tonight, but no. So I'm probably tomorrow night. But last night we did.
Linda, you're conditioned to come and live in Australia.
I know, huh?
Hot summer.
Come and live in Australia. Okay, so
pack your bags.
Yeah.
You live there during the winter here and summer there and have summer year round.
Yeah, that's right.
My family's making me crazy. They're like, come on, move, come on, come to Michigan, come to Michigan. I'm really trying, okay? It's a process. It's a process.
But
I know I'm
Michigan?
retired and everything, but it's, yeah.
There's nothing good in Michigan.
Because I'm not leaving my doggies. I'm not leaving my doggies.
Take him
Visit
with
my
you.
brother over there. He lives there.
I love my doggies. I can't leave them. So I have a lot of things to figure out. Now I'm working on my next chapter, Walter.
See, what it is now that you're retired, you don't have enough time to do what you need to do.
Tell you what, I'm getting things, I got things all lined up, whatever has to be done, and now I'm like, okay, now I need to move out of Arizona.
You need to do it.
I know. And move on to the next step. That's what I'm working on. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. But
well, I gotta say, in my opinion,
my ex is being an ass about things, and yeah. So it's all kind of different legal issues right now with the house and everything. So.
Well, I gotta say, in my opinion, Michigan's better than California if you gotta go one way or the other.
Oh, I know, exactly. I love my grandbabies, and I love my son, absolutely everything, but there's no way I could afford to live there. There's no freaking way. No.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But like I said, I love Robert and I love my boys and everything, but yeah.
I thought California.
Just some stuff to figure out, right? The next thing to figure out. No, we'll come together.
You don't move to California. That whole state burns down all the time.
Oh, I would never move there. Oh my gosh, that would make me crazy. No, way too expensive. Yeah, no, it'd be good. So I'm figuring things out here and there, day to day, thing goes. So. Casey fell asleep. Poor guy.
I think he's at work, so it's allowed.
That's not.
I think that's what they call a union break.
Poor guy. That's what.
They're required to do that.
I don't think I've really seen him work.
I'm not far behind him.
In 30 days, I'll be living in a fifth wheel trailer.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
No, I can't. I ain't looking forward to this at all. It's my wife's idea.
Well, it just means you can come to EFD with a fifth wheel trailer and test it out.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be doing some of that, I'm sure. But man, I'm telling you.
Hi, Dave and Dave, by the way.
My wife and I both are retired from the Army. It ain't like we need to go see anything else. We've seen enough.
We've seen enough. He said, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to see it from the sky now, John.
Yeah, well, that's true too, I suppose.
All right, guys, I'm heading out.
This time you won't have to have a machine gun on your back either.
Paraglidingtalk.com Thursday night.
See you, Longhorn.
Later, Linda.
Love you guys.
Linda Longhorn.
Love ya. Be safe, okay? Otherwise, Wednesday is our Paramotor Nation.
Is it?
On Wednesday.
They've changed it so much I lose track of them nowadays.
Paraglidingtalk.com.
Thursday, paraglidingtalk.com. I do. Every Thursday I message Robert. Who's the guest? What's going on? And he'll tell
Friday after dark.
Well, you're the PR woman. You should know beforehand.
Right?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be on Thursday night show live from the fly-in.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
If he did it earlier in the night, I'm actually able to do it live while flying, but I don't think I'll be able to do that because it'll be kind of dark.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the West Coast there, so it's still early for him yet.
Yeah, it's early for him, but it's dark over here at that point.
Yep.
All right, y'all be careful, okay?
Okay, Linda. Good night.
Alrighty.
Good night, Linda.
Linda.
Night.
Love my
Love
parents.
you.
Love you too.
Linda.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya, darling.
Hug the koala.
Don't sit on the bananas.
Hug a banana. I mean, hug a koala.
Don't spit on the bananas.
See what you do to me? I lose my mind.
I know. I'm just that way,
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaving the building.
5'2" rocker, pocket rocker.
I know. Bye.
See ya.
You guys like my new toy I got?
Oh, nice.
Now that's a knife.
Cop gave it to me.
Damn, what was that thing?
That's not a knife.
It's like,
Switchblade?
yeah.
Is that a Benchmade?
Yep, Benchmade switchblade. Cop gave it to me. He's like, "You like knives, don't you?" And I said, "Aren't these illegal?" Ah, he said, "Never mind about that."
No, he just took it off somebody for being illegal and like, here, you can have it.
It's called spring assist.
There you go. This one just has a button you push. It's a true switchblade.
Nice.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they're called spring assist.
Oh, okay. Spring assist. Sorry.
That's
Was
probably the term that keeps them from being illegal, I guess.
Is a true switchblade has to be able to close with a switch, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
So I think what makes them illegal is that they come out the top.
Oh, okay. It's pretty cool though.
That's a flick knife, isn't it? No. What do they call them?
I don't know.
Yeah, what you got is a flick knife, and the other one's
Yeah, it just has the little silver button right there. You push that. I mean, camera's backwards for me, but you push that and out the blade comes.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it the other way around.
Well, it would just hit the back of your hand.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'll try not to carry it too many places. It might get me in trouble.
Hey, have you guys been keeping an eye on that new EOS 4-stroke that's fixing to come out pretty soon?
I've been watching it loosely. I like the idea. I just don't like the weight of it.
What about that new? You guys see that new teaser video that Scout released?
Yeah, that new Scout with the pod on it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's neat looking.
That thing looked like it had a little. I don't even know what the heck you would call that motor, but it wasn't much. It was smaller than an Atom 80. It looked, or it might have been just the video that made it look that way. With no frame and no swing arms.
I can't see it making a lot of horsepower if it's a 4-stroke and it's under 200 cc.
Though that EOS, they said it's right up there with the 185 as far as power. In fact, it had more foot-pounds of torque than the 185.
How about weight? What was it?
It was. I don't remember the exact weight, but it was much lighter than that British. What's that British 4-stroke that everybody flies?
Bailey.
The Bailey. Yeah, it was a lot lighter than that.
Yeah, it's really promising. If they can get a 4-stroke down there and 2-stroke weight with same power, they got a winner for sure.
Well, it's heavier than a 2-stroke, I'm sure, but
yeah, they're always gonna be heavier. You got more components. You got a cam, valves, valve train,
and it's water cooled.
The future is electric.
The one that they were showing, I think it was air cooled, I believe.
Yeah, there's an air cooled version of it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys see that thing about nuclear diamond batteries that came up? That they're trying to invent. Man, if that thing's true, that's going to change the world. I don't know if you saw
Hey, Barry, make a battery that's more dense, power dense and lighter. It'll really save.
They're getting there. Battery day is September 22nd.
Yeah, I know. When Neon releases that one.
From the radioactive waste left from nuclear power plants, they take the carbon out of, or the graphite and make diamonds out of it, radioactive diamonds, and they somehow put it into a battery, and it's supposed to last like 30,000 years without being charged.
Yeah, but the thing is now you have a nuclear device, and you're flying it through the air.
They said it releases no more nuclear radiation than the human body, but this is all hype. It hasn't actually been invented yet. They're just doing it on paper right now.
Yeah, and it ain't been tested either.
Right. They're just trying to raise money to do the research. If that thing came true, man, that would change everything. They're gonna get.
Who
They're
wants
gonna
to be
get
the test pilot?
if that thing's true. Because there's going to be a lot of people that won't like him.
He's claiming 20 years, let alone 30 years of life. And all they've done is, if you know how the battery's made, it's just spun material.
They made the path better.
They made it to get out for the negative to automatically come straight out of the battery rather than wind its way all around those windings.
Yeah, it's getting rid of resistance, which is the one thing that kills the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the anode or something, if I remember right. They got rid of the anode.
Well, they didn't get rid of it. They made a different way to tie it together. So now you don't have, you don't have all this long line in there, which acts as resistance, makes heat, which is getting rid of energy you don't want.
Plus, on a lithium battery, if you charge it wrong, it creates crystals inside of it that penetrate the two layers, and that's when they blow up. And bad stuff happens.
That has to do with the heat.
Right.
So by getting rid of that resistance, now you get rid of the heat.
That's right. It gives the life of the battery a whole lot more. Now, he's stating 30 years. Now, they're already getting 10 years out of the old batteries, and he's stating 20, if not 30 years. That's over 1 million miles.
Yeah.
If that's what the car I'm talking about.
If that nuclear battery actually comes true, though, my Lord, gasoline engines would disappear, power plants would disappear.
Yeah,
everything.
Electric is the way to go, and the batteries is what's held us off in the air. Okay?
Elon said he has a vertical takeoff and land airplane. He's just waiting for battery density to get over 400. And when that happens, he's going to release the airplane, all electric.
Yep.
He needs to release a paramotor first.
The only thing
I think so too, man. Somebody needs to get on, what is it? He gets on Twitter and, make a little post on there.
We need to get his ass in the air. He'll get hooked if we can just get him up once.
People movers are being improvised, being designed everywhere, but everyone's forgetting. I don't know if you saw there is a Japanese one I just saw on TV here about 4 days ago, and it's a self-lifter. But yeah, it's got about 12 motors on the thing, right? So you got 12 blades up there swinging around. It's a very noisy unit, and just like any helicopter, anything with a blade prop turning, it's dangerous. And I can't see the future in those really coming to fruition because of the dangers. You're going to use it as a taxi. You're going to use it as a taxi service with no one in it, and it rocks up on your building. You're going to get into something that's pilotless. I don't think I could.
What you need to invent, Walter, is the anti-gravity machine. Then you'll be rich.
Well, yeah, I don't know enough about that.
But they got one of those, but you need unipenium.
Ah.
Yeah.
You got to go see the blue people to get it, right?
It's element 113.
It's called unobtainium.
Yep.
No, you're right there. Look, anything's possible. They're talking about that, and other dimensions. To me, that's all a bit far-fetched, and our parachutes is way better than all that shit.
Well, they've reverse engineered that stuff from like the 60s, so I know they got a bunch of better stuff now.
I'm not saying that they haven't.
Tell you
but I mean, I'm 64, and I remember the very early days of UFOs was we did not have the material on this planet to power it up. In other words, we don't have that material that I think
reproduce.
item one, element 115 or something.
Yeah, it's 113 or 115, one of those two. I can't remember.
115, and they've tried to make it, but it's not stable. See, synthetically, and the way I understand it, it's a very nuclear type power plant, and the way I understand it, it's no bigger than probably 18 inches square, and it's quite a dangerous thing.
Are you talking about alien technology, Walter?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, like, you know, the original story, you know, about the UFOs crashing and that over there many years ago, and there always was the rumor that we don't have the material on this planet to reproduce it. Now, I don't think it's the craft, I think it's the power unit.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Bob Lazar. It was Bob Lazar in the 80s. It was like 89 or something. He said there's an unipenium, or however you pronounce it, and we haven't discovered it yet. And somebody in Switzerland or something in 2003 or thereabouts discovered it. So he mentioned it in 80 something, and they didn't discover it until like 2003.
Yeah, I've watched different programs, which is people that were in area S1 or whatever you call it over there, and
Area 54.
54.
No, it's 51.
51, whatever it is, and he actually talks about being inside the craft and it almost being made out of like human tissue almost, where he felt like the thing was alive inside.
You know,
there's like no moving parts, there's no buttons or anything like that.
Nah, and there's this energy source which they liken to some form of nuclear, but they don't know how to reproduce it. They can't cut into it. They can't do anything to it to really disclose what it's all about, because they just, it's way bigger.
Bob Lazar released a movie about it and about his work that he did at Area 51 and everything. It came out about a year ago. If you just look up Bob Lazar, you can find it.
Was he the guy he actually worked on it, and he said he actually did try to enhance or, you know, get that power in it?
The government hired him to try and reverse engineer it.
That's right. Yeah. No, that could be the guy, Bob Lazar. It rang a bell when you said it. Yeah. Look, hey, anything's possible.
They knew that in like the 60s and 70s and 80s. You know, what do they know now?
Yeah, well, supposedly there's wormholes or whatever in Egypt or somewhere over there somewhere, and it's above my head, but
I don't usually share it with lots of people, but I myself saw one when I was younger, so I'm a believer, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I've seen a couple in my time. So, and the bizarre thing was I was watching this thing for close to 40 minutes driving, and we got to a service station, filled up, ate something. Now, when I think back, I think, how can I have forgotten that to two mates that were in another car in front of us and said, like, hey, did you guys see that? Or have a look at that. You know what I mean? And I didn't remember anything till the next day. And
there's Aborigines been flying them things for years.
Well, they're older than us, so they must have come here first. Who knows? Really, we don't know half of it. If you believe a lot of the conspiracy and that, well, that's where we come from. We're all linked back to Africa or somewhere around there. So,
I was under the impression that Earth had no gold and all of the gold comes from outer space.
No, they're the ones that want the gold. Where is all the gold? Do you
Buried
know?
underground.
Well, here in Australia, we've only been taken over by the Chinese, and we are the biggest gold miners in the world. Yet we in Australia here say, "Where's all the gold?" We've been mining gold for 100-odd years, and I can't see any of it. I don't know where it is. Whether it's in the
Balmoral Castle.
Oh, well, I think it's in the British vaults. Either that or Rothschild's taken it all. See, he's supposed to have 65% of all the gold in the world. Now, rumor is that he's from another planet, the original. That's the theory.
If he's not and aliens want gold, I'd hate to be him.
Right?
Yeah, well, he's either an alien or something. I don't know. I don't know where it leads to, but I'd like to know where all of our gold is here in Australia, and it's been swindled by the likes of Rothschild that do own a lot of the mines here, and yeah, who finds the gold? Who owns it? Where does it actually go? And with what Mr. Trump wants to do and come back to the gold, I don't even know if he knows if Fort Knox is empty or full.
It's empty.
Well,
it wouldn't matter if it was full. It ain't that damn much anyway.
There was a guy that was hired for like 10 years. Every day his job was to go in there and get a van full of gold and drive it out.
But how can you, with all the cameras that would be in that place, how...
The government.
You know what I mean? Like, we can see a strawberry from outer space. You're trying to tell me you can't see 100 trucks have left in the last 10 years? Do you know what I mean? I really can't fathom that. But then again, if you listen to it and follow it, they reckon they know where all the gold is. And you're probably right, it's not in Fort Knox, but it's buried elsewhere. Yeah, I really like to know where we're headed and what's going to happen with gold. They're predicting like gold's going to go $3,000-5,000. Nah, I can't see that. There'd be a war before that happened.
Yeah, not unless there's like a shortage.
Well,
like my mate said, if we go to gold, you can't just get a couple of bob off of a bit of gold and go and buy a loaf of bread, can you? So there's going to be...
Yeah, but you know, gold is like diamonds. There are useful things for it, okay? But what's it really worth? You can't eat it. You can't drink it. Okay?
No,
I mean, it's not really worth anything more than a damn rock.
Yeah, but if you got a kilo of it, you still got a kilo of it in 100 years' time.
That's true. That's
true.
What I mean? Yeah, I mean
but you can't, like you said, you can't eat it. And what's the point of having 10 rocks of it because you can't do anything with it? Who's going to want it? How are you going to exchange unless you go, well, I'll give you this bit of rock and you give me your paraglider, and you go, okay then. You know, but otherwise, I need $7,000 of that. So you'll have to chop it off and give me a piece, and I'll put it in my pocket, and then it falls through the hole in my pocket and I'm buggered. And like a mate said, how many people want to come and rob you then of your gold? If that's
Funny
all
you
the
should,
thing.
funny you should talk about dropping something out of your pocket. I lost an envelope this morning with $800 and it dropped out of my pocket.
Oh, ouch.
That ain't good.
No, it wasn't good.
You find it?
No.
Oh no.
No. I stopped on the side of the road to check my right front tire, and it was in my front pocket. I must have dropped it on the side of the interstate. I got home and I didn't have it.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Away under some some bush and never get found.
Yeah,
Probably
probably
not.
blowing all over the highway.
Who stops for an envelope?
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually, I don't know who I was watching. Someone paragliding around.
Hey, you guys were talking about batteries earlier. I was going to make a little comment about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to tell you how I know this, but I do know it for a fact. The battery technology that everybody's waiting on is there, and it's scheduled to go commercial in a few more years. It was paid for by the Army, the research for it, and they've actually been using it for a while. And the company that actually developed this new battery source can't commercialize it because they're under contract with the Army for a certain period of time. That's about to run out here pretty soon. You're about to see something amazing.
Cool.
I mean, absolutely amazing. There's a lot of it.
I'd say the batteries that they're using on the space station and that would be way far ahead of anything else.
Yeah, they've got some good technology.
Yeah, because it's got to be light to take it up there. It can't be heavy. And just like anything, I wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones that have been leading, let alone the likes of Elon and other people, China and all that, that's heavy into batteries. But yeah, aircraft is becoming a norm almost for batteries, especially in China. They're really pushing for electric planes.
Well, one of the big setbacks that they overcame first was the recharging technology.
Yeah.
They can actually recharge these batteries 50,000 times faster than they can be discharged. That's one of the really cool things about the new technology.
Yes. Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
here.
Even Elon's cars, there was something stated that you'll be able to fill these batteries in like 10 minutes, and it'll carry like 3-4 times the amount of power that you've got now.
Right.
So when you think about a plane, you're taking out a lot of fuel weight in an aircraft on 2 wings, and you're replacing that with a battery that really, when you consider the engine of an aircraft, it's the heaviest part of a plane. Now, as far as an electric motor goes, it weighs nothing compared to a petrol motor in comparison. Okay, the batteries is the heavy part, but take the weight of the engine away, take the weight of the fuel away, that's a lot of weight to play with when it comes to a battery, to getting center of gravity and everything right. You can do a lot with weight in other places to balance out your aircraft. Now, if you can fly with electric for 3 or 4 hours, they got it made. That's it. And if you can land and recharge that battery in 10 to 15 minutes, then all the problems, all the issues of electric is gone. And you can't beat the fact that electric motor has only got 2 moving parts, basically, and 2 bearings. That's it. And that is what makes electric power, take the engine and the gearbox out of a car and your differential, and all you got to worry about is your tyres and your brakes. And really that, and John said it, it's the way that they're charging the batteries and using the batteries is the science in electric motors and the batteries. And I know that from early stages here where motorbikes went to electric, and they were racing them with gasoline motorbikes, and the advantages that they had just over the way that the motor turns and that, rather than pistons fighting up and down movement, positioning that motor and all that sort of stuff, it changes the characteristics of the bikes so much so that it gave them more control in the corners.
More torque.
Over a piston engine. It's just the way that, you bring the power on. And as you know, with electric, it's instant. So if you control the way that power comes on, which is all done through the speed controller, man, you've got everything. You've got economy, you've got torque, with the propeller and so on, with adjustment of a propeller and stuff like that. You got the best of every. The envelope becomes huge.
Back in '94, GM figured out exactly what you said. They came out with the EV1. It's the first electric vehicle. And just like you said, they only leased them because they were trying to, figure out if that's the way to go and all that. So, as people were using them and they would come back into the shop, just like you said, they said, well, what do y'all think about these? Well, we're not selling any oil changes. We're not selling any batteries. We're not making any residual income. The only thing we're doing is brakes and tires. We don't have any way to make any money once we sell them. So they
didn't like them because of that.
They scrapped them all and they crushed them all and they got rid of them.
Well,
and that's the other issue, because if politicians get involved in this, there's way too much money out there to slow this down.
No, that's right. You think about everybody concerned, from, we go back now to the brake people, to the disc people. They're still employed, but when it comes to gearbox people, engine manufacturers, piston manufacturers, crankshaft manufacturers,
oil changes, air filters. I mean, it goes on and on. Thousands of moving parts.
You don't even have brake people because electric motors will brake all by itself.
Well, you're true. That's true, isn't it? Because that's how they use kinetic energy.
It couldn't get any better than electric brake.
Yeah. And while they're braking, it's going back into the battery.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that again, that's come from Formula One. That's been pushed to use kinetic energy. They didn't really want it in the beginning. And when kinetic energy first came out, they were lucky to get 40, 50, 60 horsepower. Now they're talking about 120, 180 horsepower it can gain in a Formula One car. That's like a push to pass button, you know what I mean? Instant nitrous. It's exciting. I like it. I mean, I like any forms of power. I love anything with an engine. I love anything, even Nick's steam stuff and tractors and all that. It's where it all came from. And yeah, to me, really, there's nothing greater than a piston engine and where it's brought us as humans.
I think the first buggies were rail cars on, they were electric, right? Right, Nick?
No, the first trucks were electric. Some of the first buggies were steam.
Yeah.
I thought they had some that were on like power lines, like in San Francisco.
That was later on. Like I was actually reading a while back in one of my collector's magazines. One of the first police cars was a converted electric truck in Akron, Ohio. That lasted them a whole 2 years till there was a riot and it got pushed into the river down there.
I think they had electric cars back in like 1920s.
This was earlier than that, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Because
where I live here in Raleigh, they got green trails where you can like walk and bike down or whatever, but they have little monument things every so often when you walk. But they had there's like a sawmill or something, and then it was originally, I think, a hydroelectric thing, and it said that it powered the like buggies with the wires above it or whatever in Raleigh. Before I guess there's a storm or something, or they shut it down, and then they turned it into like a sawmill or where you make corn or whatever, a corn mill or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Here, I just pulled the article up. First police car was a wagon run by electric, filled the streets of Akron in 1899.
What?
Yep.
Far out.
It could reach speeds of 16 miles per hour and traveled 30 miles before it needed charged.
Yeah.
Well, I sure hope we don't have electric paramotors real soon that are very
They
good,
only drove
I'd
like
sure
10
hate
miles
to-
back there in a year. You know,
I'd
nobody
hate to have
traveled
to
like
be
they
able
did
to
back
fly.
No,
I think in someone's lifetime back then, they only went like an average of 35 miles in their life or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
couldn't go real far back in the day.
no. Well, you imagine the roads, the lack of, how far could you go in a few days?
Well, what gets me is
They would have had horse trails, but no such things as roads, I suppose. I don't know.
I find it really strange. When you look up any automotive history, you'll find that some of the first cars were built in Ohio, and the first record of a traffic citation was in Ohio.
Well, we still got first in flight.
Yeah, but if you look,
where'd that come from, though?
Yeah, but if you look at
from Ohio.
What was the first thing they were doing was trying to be the fastest bloke. So I think two guys, it might have been even steam back then, but piston of some form, and I think they did about 31 miles an hour, and the next guy come out and he did about 32. And then I'm not sure who built it, but it was an electric car, and it like blitzed them, and it did like 36 miles an hour.
The thing is, it's amazing the technology that went on. I mean, look at the steam cars back in the day that were, highly automated. You weren't burning coal; they were burning kerosene in them or gasoline back in the day. But they're still viable technology.
Yeah. Other than burning.
You can still get
coal.
kerosene, right?
Oh yeah.
It's expensive though.
I mean, Jay Leno's got a couple of those Stanley steamers. He drives them around. Those things will do 65 mile an hour on steam.
He's also got a jet car that'll like melt vehicles behind him.
Yeah, well, he built that with General Motors. General Motors, Honeywell, and Lycoming had a lot to do with that car.
Wasn't there a Volkswagen back in the day that had a jet engine on the rear differential?
That was ones that people have built.
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. They had a regular engine, then it had a jet engine in the rear end.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those around at drag strips.
A lot of them in the early days too were not propane, solid rocket. What do they call that?
It's called the rocket axle. 1,300 horsepower turbine on the rear differential.
Yeah, they just lit the fire and off she went.
Mm-hmm. They used the regular engine just to get it rolling, I think.
That was the fastest accelerating thing in its day.
Well, hell, Jado bottles still are the best accelerating object on Earth.
Well, I remember in the early 70s, a drag car came from America. I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, it was the fastest thing I ever seen. And that was back in the 70s. And from memory, I reckon it ran like a low 4-second pass at some phenomenal 300 and something miles an hour, which was
one of your countrymen still holds the water record. Happens to be a good friend of mine.
Warby.
Yep, Ken Werby.
Yeah.
And his son's is trying to break the record again.
Yeah. No, there's a couple of good cars waiting to hit the salt. Ken Warby, is he the man? He's in his 60s now, 60, 70 years old. He's finished the car.
78.
Yeah, he's finished the car and he's waiting on the power unit, which is being built at the moment. And that's a solid rocket as well. And he hopes to do like 1,500 kilometers an hour. And they interviewed him on the TV. He said, well, who are you going to get to drive this thing? And he said, who would be stupid enough to get in it? He goes, me, of course, at whatever age he is, because he's saying like, who would put their ass in this thing anyway? But yeah, he's going to at whatever age he is, and thinking, good on you, man. So would I. I'd want to drive it.
Yeah, you build it. You want to drive it.
Oh, it's a magnificent thing, the way he's built it. The wheels are solid aluminium billet. There's no tyres on it whatsoever. It's just solid.
Well, it's probably the only way to do it. Rubber would disintegrate at those speeds.
Oh yeah, he's got wheels that they're all spun up out of one piece, and where the tyres would be is just a little bit of CNC work to give you a bit of a pattern in the aluminium. So yeah.
Well, if you don't need no traction at all.
You can get some grip. Well, you don't really need the traction because the rocket's pushing you. All you got to do is keep it on the ground. Well, that's what your wings and everything else.
Yeah, but to steer it, you need a little bit of traction.
Yeah, he's got canard on the front of it, very small canards, which adjust with speed to make sure that the front stays down. Yeah. Spirit of Australia, it's called.
That's what his boat was.
Yeah, that's right. He also had jet cars in the earlier days.
I should ask you while I got you online here, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
You know anything about turbo cars?
Yeah, they have huge fucking hair dryers and make shitloads of power.
I'm sure you know I'm building one, right? And
yeah.
My turbo is a really big one. It has a 5-inch exit on the exhaust.
Wow.
Should I leave it 5-inch all the way out, or should I neck it down a little?
I would say leave it big.
Okay.
The only thing that I see with exhaust, I'm not really sure on turbo.
Back pressure.
Yeah, they have crossovers and stuff today to increase back pressure and all that, but I don't know if you really need it on a turbo.
Yeah, because you already have the turbine causing back pressure to start with.
Yeah, that's right, but they usually just dump it out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it usually is a huge pipe, so I'd say keep it the same size.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was planning on. I just wanted to get somebody to agree with me.
Well, what I've seen is they're generally very large on the outlet. And look at the size of the turbos these days, so the outlet is huge.
Yeah.
But you know, you're talking, some of the turbos are as big as a bloody V8, and they got two of them hanging off on each side, like one on each side.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. I'm going to be running a single 96 millimeter turbo.
Yep. Well, that's
pretty big, but not outrageous.
No, that's not outrageous. I mean, these days.
Yeah, not that bad. Just 5-inch inlet.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. A Holly's 4 or 5 inches. So, a good engine needs that amount of air CFM coming in. You need fuel to make horsepower, but you also need the air.
The colder it is, the denser it is.
Yep. It's going to be running on alcohol too, or ethanol, E85.
Yeah. So it's all about airspeed. And airspeed through the intake, if you can build that up, that's virtually like naturally aspirating an engine. The better you can get the air in, the more air through a certain size Venturi. You can't have the intake's too big, otherwise you don't make any torque, and it needs RPM revs.
Yep.
Which is the difference between the early Chevs and a Ford. Is Chevs made a lot more power down low, but the Fords had the grunt up top with the big heads. And that's why they used them for Le Mans and stuff like that, where they needed to do 200 mile an hour to beat the Ferraris, which they did and did well.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm putting everyone to sleep.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late here in my neck of the woods too.
Late?
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. for me.
Oh, past your bedtime?
Getting there.
That's usually when I start to wake up.
I'm back
Nick,
to work
I got a
again
question
now,
for you.
Yeah.
Do you got any experience with what is it? Cerakote?
Cerakote?
Ceramic coating for pipes?
Well, it's for guns or pretty much anything, but yeah, I want to put it on my exhaust.
Use HPC coating or ceramic coat.
Yeah, I've heard of people putting ceramic on those, dip them in.
That's basically what the Cerakote is. It's a ceramic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ceramic coat keeps the heat in.
They have a version that you don't have to heat. It's made by Texas Tech or something like that.
You don't have to heat it, but it's like a powder coat. You put it on, and the heat of the exhaust bakes it on afterwards. So you have to do heat cycles with it.
It's only really a dipping process, and then it's hit with beads of ceramic, which shine it up. It goes into like an air bath with a heap of ceramic balls, and it virtually pans the metal. That's why it looks so shiny and that. And the ceramic coat basically keeps the heat in the exhaust and makes it function better. Generally will give you more power and economy. And they stumbled on that. Obviously, it's been around for different processes, but someone stumbled on it. I know from the government in America, it's just like everything. It's either got to be galvanized or it's got to be plated and this and that so it doesn't rust. And what they did is the metal manifold, say on a V8, even in America, they would wear out through the water, through whatever. So someone worked out that if we ceramic coated these manifolds, they're going to last longer because they won't rust. Well, they did that in order to stop them from rusting. But when they did it, they found that they had more power in their trucks, cars, whatever, that they did it to, and also picked up economy, right? So the government went, okay, we're going to put it on everything the government's got. And this ceramic coat took off. And I mean, even in motor racing, we stumbled across it just by mistake, not by mistake, but just to try. And through drag racing, the main thing is power in the exhaust, which is unburnt fuel. And if you can keep that heat and that flame going, even in the pipe, that's all a part of scavenging. See, the next cylinder uses that excess unburnt stuff and reburns it, so to speak. So your cylinder, it's making more pressure, it's more horsepower, it's more economy.
Well, you need an EGR or something like that to recirculate the exhaust fumes, right?
EGR,
exhaust gas recirculation valve.
So it wouldn't necessarily apply to like a paramotor.
No, you wouldn't want to do that in a paramotor.
No, but I did it. I've done it to my exhaust on the Rotax because they're just left black and they always tend to rust up. And I thought, no way am I going to let my exhaust go rusty. So I Rotax exhaust, I think it cost me about $300 for the whole lot. And just the fact that it makes it look clean all the time, you know, you don't have to keep oiling your exhaust to keep it from rusting, and just maintenance free. And so for $300, it's a well worth insurance policy.
There's a website called Gun Candy because, you know, they use it in guns.
Yeah.
It's about the only thing that'll hold up to that real high heat.
Yeah.
And like Nick was saying, it comes in a powder, like powder coating or something. And
yes.
What I was reading, you mix it with clear, and that's all it says. It doesn't say clear coat. It just says mix it with clear.
Yeah.
And you spray it out of a gun.
Yeah, it is. It does come out of a gun, but how it gets inside of it, because that's the thing. That's where I know it's a dipping process, because it does the inside of the exhaust as well. If you look at your whole pipe inside, it's all ceramic coated. It's like, how does it get inside? So it's got to be dipped somehow or electronically charged to make it stick to the inside of a pipe. You know what I mean? It's very easy to put chrome or whatever to the outside of the pipe, but it's very hard to get it inside. So this ceramic coat does that and does it very easily. And then they just put it in a ceramic, it's like an air bath, and it's just ceramic balls going around, and it's inside, outside, and gets blown around and shines it up. That's the silver one. Then, of course, you can get black. You can get black, looks good because it almost looks like a porcelain coating.
They had flip-flop colors and all kinds of stuff on that Gun Candy, and I think it's like depending on what color you buy, they come with different amounts in there because it takes a certain amount per amount of clear or something. So they're not all exactly like 4 ounces, but most of them were like $10 or $20 just for a little thing of it. So it doesn't seem very expensive.
No, well, like I said, I had my whole exhaust done. That was $300, which is not really expensive when you consider the longevity you get out of it, you know.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'll just pay somebody that actually can do it right the first time.
Yeah, the only thing is I'd hate to do it and then you get fucking crack pipes. You know,
It's not a Vitarazi, so I don't think I'll have an issue.
No, I know. And the thing is, like even with my pipe, I've never really seen a cracked Rotax exhaust, so I can't say it's an issue, but I can see it's an issue with the Vitarazi. But personally, I think it's the metal that they used.
Yeah, it's inferior China metal probably, but I've got a Rotax 277 and it's got a crack pipe. But I think the reason for it was I had a 3-blade prop on it. We're talking, it's ultralight, the Cloudbuster. But yeah, I think the prop was imbalanced and it caused the exhaust to shake. It ended up cracking it.
Yeah, right. Well, vibration is everything, unfortunately, and that's what I said about the springs. Exhaust springs should be tied because they are known to break. So you should have an exhaust spring wide. That way, even if it does break, it's not going to go through the prop, right? Especially us that have got pushers. Anything comes off your motor, anything comes off of you, it's going to go through the prop. So you've got to always keep on your head that if you've got a cap on your head, it could end up through your prop. So take it off. Scarves, long hair, everything, you know. But I think coming up through, I've had RCs and, you know, I've been around different planes. It does make you aware of props because that's the most dangerous part of any aircraft is the prop. And even
Spinny
with
thing.
that spinny fanny butt fan on your back, and when you got spaghetti wires everywhere, you know, that's what I always say is like, long as no one flies through my wing with a propeller, we should be okay. If something comes along and it's just like a big pair of scissors, well, then we're stuffed. Hitting wires, I'd say you can probably live through that. People say most people die in paragliding from hitting water. Yeah,
I think low acro has surpassed that at this point.
The what?
Low acro. People doing low acrobatic moves. I think that's probably surpassed.
I was saying, I was going to say, water, yes, especially with a paramotor, but hitting the ground would be way worse. So we don't fly over water a real lot, and most accidents are going to happen on the hard turf. I tend to fly a lot of height. I like the height, but I also fly low to the ground, which, again, long as you know the area and you know that there's no wires, because sometimes you can't see them. And if you know they're there, that's fine. But if you don't know they're there, that's not good. And I've seen a lot of paragliders go into wires. Yeah, that would be a little bit embarrassing. But again, it's just being aware, and also I suppose the older we get, well, then our eyes aren't as good as you young fellas, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. But hence, more time that you fly in that area, you know where those dangers are, and that's why when you fly in an area where you're not accustomed to, try and be with someone else that knows the area. Otherwise, fly high. Altitude's your friend, mate. Altitude's your friend. Without altitude, whether you got a reserve or you haven't, whatever, without altitude, your envelope is limited. I mean, there's a lot of people that love flying low. I think we all do, because that's the only sense of speed you get. And flying low to the ground, flying around trees, to me, it's like a racetrack, you know, and you might be in a paddock and it's got half a dozen trees that you got to go between those two, around that one, down the main road, you know, along that fence and through those two trees, around that one, and you've completed a lap. And even though we're only doing 30, 35 mile an hour, it feels pretty fast at that speed, at that low, and being in the air, even though it's nowhere near like an F-18, but it just feels just as good to us. So, Casey, you're working hard, man. Shouldn't work that hard.
I know. I don't know where my guys went. They left. They figured I was snoozing. So
Was that why you were snoozing?
No.
They thought, we'll let him sleep. He's had a hard day.
My guys, I don't know. I think they were getting something out of the machine, like for food.
And they just disappeared.
They're probably out there fishing. That's probably what they're doing.
Fishing? At this time of night?
Oh man, yeah, I got to show you that.
Yeah.
Well, they have their own water treatment place, so they have a pond. And
they go out there and fish.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I do. I mean, I go out there too. Nothing real big. They're just little things, like hybrid bluegill. Look like a bass, but
nothing worth taking home to eat then.
No. They look like a mouth like a bass, but then the body's like a bluegill. It's kind of weird.
What are you looking at, Nick?
You were hungry now.
I'm looking at a part I'm working on.
I ran the weed eater earlier. Hell, it's been so slow since that damn virus. I don't even know if I'm going to have a job here in a month or two.
Well, it's got to come back. Got to come back to normal soon.
They just had some guys in from Oklahoma, you know, corporate guys, trying to figure out what to do with us. So I don't know.
That's never a good thing. When they bring corporate in looking at what to do with the plant.
Oh yeah,
they're trying to figure out where they can cut corners.
Yeah. Yeah, they already got service guys.
You're a mechanic, huh? You mechanic, Casey?
Yeah, I do electrical, but I'm part of the maintenance over here.
Yeah.
And
what do you do? Like, what do you make? Do you make something?
Surface miner. They're surface miners, and what they do is they just strip the earth like with a big round cylinder with carbide tips.
Yeah.
And they make mud pumps and directional drillers that go underground and
blow it up.
Yeah, stuff like that. These guys are coming back.
Well, you'd think with all the stuff going on, you'd think mining and all that would still be going, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, no, the price of oil went down. Like,
yeah, price of oil's down, price of coal's down.
Earlier this year, it was like down to 0.
Yes, yeah. Well, they paid you to do it. They paid you to take it away.
Well, if they were
minus $10 or minus $5 a barrel. So you want it, we'll pay you to take it away. That's like what? And
yeah,
you know our government didn't buy any.
No.
And Trump bought trillions of bought heaps of oil when it was that price. And I can't believe our government didn't buy jack. Unbelievable. Still,
Your government never buys anything.
No, we sell everything. That's the problem. We have an abundance of gas. We pay, I don't know, 60, 70 cents a litre. And Chinese get it for 5 cents a litre for the next 20 years or something.
Well, it's because China owns you guys.
Yeah, but, you know, like, why? We're the ones paying for the fuel. We're the ones paying for the products. But all the resources come out of Australia but go elsewhere to be manufactured. We use water over here to grow rice and cotton. It's like, what the fuck for when you're taking away water from us here in Adelaide, down South Australia, where the water comes from the north. And, you know, there's been years here where we just about have no water here in South Australia. And they're growing rice and cotton up in, you know, mid New South Wales. It's like, are you serious? They grow rice.
You're growing it for China.
Of course it is.
You know that. You're growing it all.
Yeah.
So they can ship it over there.
Using our good water, which is starving cities, and to supply cotton and rice to China. I mean, you guys still grow a lot of cotton, don't you?
Yeah, but not. We don't ship much to China anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's why China's pissed at Trump, because he put all those taxes on them.
They're going to fall, mate. I can only see China going backwards personally because they've upset the world, and the world has finally woken up that we need to be self-contained instead of relying on everything from fucking China. I don't know about your stores over there, our Kmart, which is like your Walmart, half of the shelves are empty because they can't get supply. Because it all comes from China. The electrical company here, my landlord, he goes, well, everything here is like made in China in the shop. He goes, 90%, 95% of everything in this shop is made in China. You know, and that's white goods. That's terrible. We used to make everything here, including cars. We don't have one car manufacturer here anymore. You know, that's to me, that's where the rest of the world, whether it's GM, whatever, they got out of Australia. Ford sort of got out of Australia building cars, but we're importing cars now, all from America.
Oh, you're still importing cars?
Yeah, all the Fords and Mustangs, that's the biggest seller out here.
I thought, didn't they, or that was Holden was building the Fords over there, weren't they?
No, Holden's were building GM, which is building our Commodores and stuff, which yous even had a version of the Pontiac GTO, which was our V8 Commodore, and you imported them as GTOs and used them in the police force and whatever. And Holden's was going to make all the police cars for America, and the contract fell through. And sooner or later, Holden shut up shop. GM shut up shop here in Australia, manufacturing cars.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was a Holden, but it was backed by GM.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Same with Ford. Same with Ford. Ford was backed by Ford America, and Chrysler's the same. Was backed by Mopar or Chrysler, what you would have called it in the early days, I think. Or was it always Mopar? Mopar, Dodge.
Yeah, Mopar, Dodge, Chrysler, they're all the same company.
Chrysler, yeah. And then we had Mitsubishi, which was another big manufacturer here in Australia, and Toyota. We might still have Toyota. Mitsubishi's closed up. Ford manufacturing closed up.
What about Subaru?
Hey?
Subaru,
no, that's still, I think that's fully imported.
Yeah, that's Japanese.
I don't think they're made here.
That's right. They're Fujitsu now.
They've always been Fujitsu heavy industries.
Yeah. But that's Japanese, which is okay. But again, a lot of Japanese stuff is made in China now, you know, where we knew once upon a time Jap stuff was good, whether it's cameras or sound gear, this, that, the other. But now most of it's all made in China. They go on the same way.
Everything's going to China. Used
Yeah,
to be
but
Japan.
everybody's really realizing, you guys, us especially, and especially since the COVID, it's made everyone realize what China's been doing to us. The takeover has been happening for 30 years, 25 years or more.
And back here 1 second. I hit the restroom.
As Australians, we, you know, a lot of us knew that parts of Australia and farms, and they own water, they own land, they own everything now. They reckon they own 30% of Australia. So it's a pretty difficult thing to live with, but yeah, there's a lot more checking. You can't buy. Chinese could come over here and buy any business, any house, anything, whatever they wanted. We're now over $1 million or whatever. They can't buy anything anymore without it being investigated. Because they pulled the wool over many of the politicians' eyes and probably lined their pockets and got their way. But hopefully it's stopped now. And it's not only us and you guys. They've been helping out over 140 countries. So it's 140 countries that China's trying to have a piece of, and everyone's woken up, whether it's Italy, Europe, whatever countries have woken up to the China's way, and they're trying to push their power, which no one's going to contend with that, you know. America, everyone, they were having war games in the China Sea about 2-3 weeks ago, and Australia was involved, and other countries, America, England, and man, I've never seen so many warships playing games in the China Sea. It's like they're just trying to show their might, I think, the rest of the world to Japan at the moment. It's like, back off, fellas. Yeah, there's a lot of issues going on over here with the COVID, with the corrupt state selling out to China, and that's not going ahead. China owns deep ports here and owns a lot of the water in Australia. They own a lot of the land, cattle. They got 3 abattoirs here in Australia to send stuff back to them. All I say is, guess what? We're going to have some cheap meat soon. If no one else wants it, we get cheap meat again, because our meat price is terrible down here. It costs a lot of money to eat red meat.
Yes, sir.
At least you got good cheap fuel over there.
Yeah, I just paid $2.30 a gallon, somewhere around there.
Oh, I thought it was $1.80.
No, it went back up again.
Yeah, right.
I paid like $2.20 or $2.29 earlier today, I think.
Yeah, around that one.
Yeah, well, we pay double that. We pay about anywhere between $1.20, $1.30 a litre, which is 0.25 of your gallon. Takes 4 litres for your gallon. So our fuel's about $4 or $5 a gallon.
Mm.
Yeah, very expensive. Even though
is it all imported?
It's actually cheap at that price.
Europe's got really high fuel too. That's why everybody's on those scooters and.
Yeah, they've always in Europe. I remember 20, 30 years ago, I'm paying $2 a litre, $2.50 a litre, which would be $10 a gallon.
How much is your race gas, Walter?
Racing gas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know at the moment, because it's all gone to unleaded fuels now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't buy any race fuel now with lead in it anymore. It's actually illegal to put it into a race car now. So, yeah.
Last time I bought it was, depending on which kind you got, between $15 and $30 a gallon.
Yeah, that's cheap. Over here, we'd probably pay. What's a drum? 20 litres or 5 gallon. It's probably $300 a drum.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about
expensive in a hurry.
I don't know about the new unleaded stuff, but I can't see it being a whole lot cheaper.
Wow.
If not dearer than what? Yeah.
I'll go through one of those in a weekend easily.
We used to run fuel that would cost my mate around $30 a litre, which would be about $120 a gallon.
Wow.
But we only used to use about 1.25, 1.5 litres per run.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're way more fuel efficient than us.
On carburetors, like through 2 carburetors, and I'm talking nearly 1,000 cc each, CFM each. Yeah, a pro stocker that made, virtually 2.5 plus horsepower per cube. Yeah, it only uses about 1.25, 1.5 litres on a pass. So that, when you look at it like that, it doesn't cost you much. I mean, I used to run methanol, which used to cost me about 60 cents a litre, but I would go through 40 litres in a meeting, because with methanol you use 2 point something times.
Yeah, roughly 30% more. Yeah.
Yeah.
30. It's a lot. Yep.
Yeah, lots. And it changes the characteristics of a motor too.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah,
fuel.
that race gas is killing us. That's one of the main reasons we're going turbo, so we can switch to ethanol.
Yep. Yep. A lot of people are doing that here too.
I can make ethanol in my garage. So.
You say that you can make your own fuel now.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, ethanol's good. Methanol's good. I've always liked it. It's clean. Yeah, it makes you cry, but it's a very clean burn. Leaves the pistons always generally shiny. It's very hard.
How's it smell when it burns?
Good.
Yeah, it smells nice. It generally brings tears to your eyes. I don't know about your ethanol. Our ethanol out here is made from sugar. So
I was talking about the methane, right? Isn't that what you're talking about, or methanol?
Methanol is wood alcohol.
Methanol is generally made from wood or corn or
no corn. Corn alcohol is ethanol. That's moonshine. Methanol is made out of wood and other undesirable shit.
Yeah, well, methanol is anyway. Going back to ethanol, over here we make it from sugarcane. So when you've got a bunch of race cars running around a track, you know the old fairy floss, the floss on a stick.
Cotton candy, we call it here.
What's that? Cotton candy. Yes, that's it. You know the smell of that? Well, times that by 100, and that's what the race cars smell like. But years before, we used to run the leaded stuff, and when we have our race meetings here, which is held in the city, if there's no wind around, all those cars going around the track makes all these fumes, and it just like spews out of the track into the people watching, and it can make you fall asleep. It really makes you drowsy, and a lot of people can throw up from it. And man, the first thing that we did when we went ethanol, everyone just like, oh, that smells beautiful, because it just smells like cotton candy everywhere. Which is a lot better to breathe in than that other shit.
Yep. I have some grape scented stuff I mix with my fuel, so it smells like grape soda when I drive.
Yeah, well, you can buy all different flavors, even for ethanol and methanol.
Yep.
It gives off a smell. You want strawberry, you want caramel, you want this, you want that. Yeah, you put it in your fuel and your car smells of.
They've even got one that smells like marijuana now, Walter.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm not.
Well,
Nick's going to buy some and put in his paramotor. I just know it.
That's all right if it calms everyone down in the pits that are smoking.
I think it'd be funny to put on your paramotor and go do a beach flight and just foot drag the beach with smoke on.
Yeah, Kevin can fly. He put her on his, and you'd swear he got some buds in the fuel tank or something.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that was a joke, but it was in the list.
Yeah. No, racing fuel, there was some very bad stuff that Pro Stock was using out here because it makes power.
Nitromethane, probably.
No. This is like top end scale, like VP. Most of the racing fuel people made it. It's very expensive. It's carcinogenic, so you don't want to get it on your hands. You don't want to breathe it in. And the race cars are using it, and we all knew it's dangerous. And a lot of people didn't want it because...
Yeah, that's when they were wearing the gas masks inside their race cars and stuff.
We all got to use it because if you want to make the power, you've got to use it. If you want to be quick, you've got to use it. And at the end of the day, it's dangerous for us. So why have it? You know, it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, nitromethane's like that too. You got to wear a gas mask if you have an open cab when you're running that.
Yeah. Again, that's another one that'll take your breath away. But I love the smell of that too. It's
most people do. It's weird.
There's something about it.
Good. It's just poisonous.
Yeah, I don't know that it's poisonous.
It's highly toxic.
You
can make a hell of a bomb out of it too. We won't get into that.
Where's my little spray bottle? Probably up in the bedroom. I got a spray that goes under my tongue if I'm having an attack.
Oh, nitroglycerin.
Yeah, it's nitroglycerin. It's totally different.
Well, it's nitroglycerin, but it's got nitro is the first part of the name. And I'm thinking nitro is pretty good for me.
You ever see that? You ever see that movie, The World's Fastest Indian, Walter?
Oh yeah, mate. Burt Munro.
He put the heart pill inside of his gas tank.
One in him.
Yeah.
Burt Munro, a New Zealander, he is.
Yep.
And brilliant movie. When I heard, who's the actor that plays him?
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you put me on the spot.
He's a big actor, man. And when I heard he was going to play Burt Munro's part, I'm there, man, this fucking Burt Munro must be pretty good for him to be playing the part of Burt Munro. You know, he's like a big actor.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to be playing that part of Burt Munro.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, yes.
Yep.
He's done many great movies. And for him to do that of a racing legend.
Man, that was a good movie, though. I really enjoyed it.
Now, have you ever seen the movie on video? Right? Sorry, on disc. And at the end of the movie, it goes into a real live.
Yep, the end credits.
Yeah, and it goes into an actual. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like a documentary almost.
Clip.
They interviewed him, yes. And his garage was exactly the same as they showed it in the movie, with all those pistons broken and all the castings and everything that he did over time, different pistons and that. Did you see all that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was no truth to his garage and the way it was. And when I saw that and actually saw Burt Munro speak, and then Anthony Hopkins did a fucking brilliant job of acting. And he said, Anthony Hopkins, I saw a documentary, and he said, I studied the bloke for 3 months to do that part. And it's probably lucky they had those commentary things and be able to look at him and then actually, you know, make himself up to talk and everything, just like Bert did, you know. And I think he played the part well when, you know, he's half fucking and he puts the thing in the tank and one's in his mouth. They were nitro pills, were they?
Yeah, he threw one in his gas tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I needed that spray bottle about 6 weeks ago, and I was having an attack out the front of my house doing some weeding. And I just got up and I couldn't breathe. And all these electric shocks and things were going across my brain, in my head, and I couldn't breathe. And I'm thinking 6 million things because I thought I was dying. And I walked inside the house and I knew where the little bottle of nitro was. It was near my bedroom, near my bedhead. And I went and grabbed it and I thought, you better bloody work. And one spray under the tongue and I'll come good like that. Just bang, just got my breath back straight away, no pains, no nothing.
Wow.
One spray. And I went, wow. And I honestly thought, that's it. I'm dead. I'm dying. If this spray doesn't work, I'm dead. And yeah, come to, had my heart surgery done, and the breathing the last week that's all gone. So I'm not having any attacks, not being able to breathe, and
nice.
Yeah, pretty scary. Pretty scary when you can't breathe.
I'll bet. So you'll be back up in the air again pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Feeling very good this week. So within a week, I've come good, and I'm feeling pretty well. I can talk without stopping to breathe. And hang on a minute, guys, I've got to get my breath back. Well, that's cool. I'm back to telling everyone off.
There you go. Them damn bananas.
Those goddamn bananas. Yeah. Anyhow, Nick, I'm going to have to.
Actually, I'm right there with you, Walter. I'm going to have to go to bed too, I think.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm going to go make some lunch.
I'm going to get to bed because I got 2 more days before I head out for the fly-in. I got some new product. I got some new T-shirts I have to go pick up tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
We have a new official shirt.
You're making a shirt?
Yep, I have a local guy here that does printing and getting them made.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Or is it like your mate in the background, or?
Yeah, but it's a few little changes to it. I can send you a picture of it, Walter.
Yeah.
If you ever look at your Facebook, because you have a bad habit of not doing that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Facebook, it's come to paragliding and YouTube comes first before anything. And all that other stuff comes in the evening when I'm relaxing and everyone's finished all their bullshit, and then I go and have a look what they said.
Oh, so you're just being lazy.
Or Nick puts on some electric motor, some jet taken off, and that grabs my attention. That 150, was that just a warm-up? She hasn't run for a while, the 150?
Yeah, I think it's been sitting for years. We were just firing it up and rolling it around the runway.
Yeah, I was looking at the dash and all that with the cracks and that in the dash, and I'm thinking, man, you're going to go flying in that. Then he turned around and came back. I thought,
I think it was running pretty good. If he'd had it certified, I'd have taken it up.
Ah, yeah, it's only
It wasn't registered.
Cessna high wing.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of different planes lately. I see.
Yeah, he picked up another one.
He's planning a trip up to New York. He said on his Facebook he's going to go buy a helicopter now.
Who was that?
That's that Rodman Gomez down in Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he needs to start flying what he's got there now before he buys any more.
He's got the buying bug right now, apparently.
Yeah, that 150 is actually a nice bird if he gets her all polished up.
Yeah.
Yep. They used a little interior work, but it's not bad. I'm still flyable.
It's amazing how many of them are around, you know.
Is he an instructor or just he's just a pilot?
He's just a pilot when it comes to general aviation. He's an instructor for paramotors.
Oh.
Is he sort of your way, Nick?
The what?
Is he in your area?
About 10 hours away.
Oh, shit. Long way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's south. Way south.
Yep.
Not way south.
Be good to have a problem like that. Having too many planes, not knowing which one to fly.
Well, he could lease those out and stuff. It's not like he has to.
Yeah.
But they're expensive, you know. It's cheaper just to rent a plane.
I was actually watching a guy, I can't remember his name, and he was saying that he's down to $40. He puts it down to $40 an hour to operate his plane. And
What's he operating?
I think he's got a Cessna 172. Something like that. It's not the 150, I think it's a 172. And it's not a yeah, you know, like it's 27, 30 years old, but it's pretty good neck.
No.
And yeah, he does say a lot in the thing about how he saves money.
Well, if you do a lot of maintenance, yourself, you can save a lot of money.
Yeah, see, like I know with my flying GA and that, it's very hard to actually do 100 hours in a year in GA. Not many pilots do that. So even if you do your 100 hours and you've only got to be serviced once a year, and especially something like a 150 or a 172 that unless you need new dash bits or new wheel pants and all that stuff can get very expensive to repair. But like you said, that 150, the interior is not too bad, but it might look a bit shabby, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't stop the plane from flying. As long as all your struts and your wheels and everything, you know, are kept maintained. It's amazing how old some of these planes actually are and how many hours they do. You know, when you see planes and they've done 6,000 hours, and apart from a paint job, you do a paint job on it and they just look as good as the next one.
That's the thing. You get them all repainted, new interior, you can't tell they're not a new plane.
No, that's right. And it probably flies as good as a new plane too. You know, really, when you consider the amount of hours that they do get out of a plane, the frame, engines, the props, you know, unless you have an accident or major anything like that. Not many planes have any accidents anyway. The worst thing is the landings. A lot of things, you know, hard landings or anything like that. Engine outs and stuff like that. It's not really that common. Not in GA anyway. All right, guys, I might shoot through and have some lunch. Nice talking with you. Nick,
Later, Walter.
No
I'm gonna
worries,
get to
mate.
bed so I can get up and get the rest of the paracamper done tomorrow. I got to pick up those shirts and.
Yeah, you need your beauty sleep, mate.
I just need sleep so I can function.
Yes.
I still got to load fuel on board the truck and get everything ready because I'm leaving Wednesday evening to head down there.
Yeah, what is it now? It's Monday night there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Well, have a good weekend, hopefully. What's the weather going to be like?
It's supposed to be like 75, 80.
Oh, that's all right.
65 or so at night.
Yep. Plenty of people going?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big one, I think, because since a bunch of other ones were canceled, I think this one's going to be just off the hook.
Yeah, I was going to say that you haven't had one for a while, have you? Because was Miami the last one? Florida?
Yeah, Florida, when I was down there for the poker run.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been a little while.
Before that was Palm Bay.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about, actually, Palm Bay. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of stuff just got canceled, and because of all them being canceled, this one's become big.
Well, I mean, even Oshkosh, it's like, I think they said it. Don't think they've ever had a year where they didn't have one.
Well, this one's been going on for 21 years, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
They weren't about to lose it.
No. Well, that's good. Well, sort of Palm Bay, you sort of got away with it because it was right in the beginning. Wasn't it, really?
That narrative was already there when they tried to, you know, close things down. It's like,
yeah.
we're already here, let's just fly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You
We all knew we were going to have a hard time getting back to where we came from, so.
Well, out of all those people that were there was only supposedly one person that had it, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's pretty good. No one else got affected.
Yeah, you figure 1 out of 300 or what was there, if not more.
Yeah, and they wouldn't. Probably would have been pretty hard to call it social distancing.
Oh, we were social distancing.
Hey?
We were social distancing. You don't fly around top of each other.
No, not fly, but party and drink. That's a different story.
Hey, that alcohol gets rid of COVID. You all know that.
Well, especially yours. That'll get rid of that'll get rid of humans if it.
It's been known to.
If you had it often enough. Yeah. All right, fellas, have a good one.
All right,
Cheers.
guys. I'm gonna get off here.
See you guys Thursday night.
Yeah, I'll be there Friday. I think I'm gonna cruise. I gotta work Thursday, but we have Monday off because it's Labor Day. That's good.
I'm talking on paraglidingtalk.com.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll be doing it live from down there.
Yeah, I'll be watching this. I'll be watching whatever anyone puts out, Nick. So
I'll be putting videos out while I'm down there. Don't worry about that.
Is Sean going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.